Welcome everyone to the PNG Webinar. It's held every Sunday at midnight Eastern Daylight Time. We're happy to have everyone here today. We're going to begin with this topic, which is rising to the new top. And we have our OTEC pros here today. We have Bob Takusi and Collins Mana. So we're going to begin with, I believe, Collins Mana. Is that correct, Collins? Are you there, Collins?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Lynn. So I was just struggling to unmute. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. I am Collins Mana, and I'm your friend. But you know, we remember our CEO said, I am Ash Mufara, and I'm here to change your life. So I'm not Ash Mufara. He's here to change our lives. I hope we are all excited. So if you're not excited, then you don't have to be here. Papua New Guinea, if you're not excited, then you have to go and we'll wake you up, because this is the time, you know, as I always said biblically, that this is the day that the Lord has made. We all have to be rejoiced and be glad in it. So if you are not happy, especially after listening to our CEO on Thursday, then honestly, there is something really wrong with you, because it was really clear, straight to the point. You know, it's something that we didn't even doubt it. I remember when I spoke to Oliver, we were just chatting and trying to think about what the CEO might say on Thursday. You know, a lot of points came up. We were just chatting around, and I gave only one point, which I will not say it here. When the CEO came and said exactly the same thing, Oliver texted me and said, Collins, your point was just like spotted from the word of the CEO. I said, no, Oliver, that is what I believe the CEO will say. And we all heard it loud and clear. And from that moment, I said, at this point in time, I can shut down my video. Even if I'm not in this webinar today, I know I got it, because that is it. And we all receive it. You know, CEO gave us a lot. We remember how he started from the beginning. I remember when I joined on Passive, the first webinar I joined with the CEO, he said, we either do it or die. He said, there is no room for error. There is no quitting. You know, he said, we will do it and do it and do it again. If we don't love it, we will fix it. Whatever we don't like, we will do it again. And it is true, because it is either you do it or you die. And the same spirit was impacted to the guys in Hyderabad, which we have to give credit to them. It's either do it or quit or depart. Because if the CEO said, I will do it or die, when it comes to these tech guys, it's either do or depart. There is no room for error. Because as our brother Bob always said, we have only one bullet in our gun. You know, we either shoot it and get the target, or we shoot it and miss. Remember, we come into the market. We come in where big players are. They've already been there. Though we are different from them. How do you compete if you shoot and miss? And we know our CEO is a master of perfection. He is not God, but he knows what is in the market. He knows how to perfect something where we know when it comes out, everyone will love it. He knows the market. He is a guru in traffic. But he always said, I'll be in a company where we drive traffic to something that doesn't exist, you know, and said, how do we do that? How can you drive traffic? Because our brothers, Mali Digam always say that the traffic is there. You know, you don't need to go and get it, because we are the traffic. We are the customers. But imagine if you put products out there that are not good. How many of us will even want to look at it? How many of us, though we are founders, I believe none of us will look at it. And most of the time, I said, remember, if we get it wrong, because I always say we, not Mr. Ash Mufara, the blame will go to Mr. Ash Mufara. Everybody will say, oh, that man is a liar. You know, stories will come out. Honestly, our heart, they said nobody can read human heart, only God. Only God can read what will come out from our mouth. Oh, I've wasted my time. I stay here. You know, I should have listened to this person, A, B, C. But again, they said the good of a man is written on the surface of the water. But one little mistake will be written where? The pillar of stone, and put where? Center of the city for everyone to read. That is what we would have done with Mr. Ashmofara. Little mistake, all of us will put it there and say, we'll forget all the goodness. But thank God that it is coming. He never listened to any pressure. He said, if you are not happy to stay, you can take your $97 and go. Let's depart. But I will do it the way I'm not looking at the 1.something million founders. I am looking at the 5.5 billion internet users, those who will come in and love this product. Yes, most of the founders have stayed. That is true. We are committed founders. But again, the only way we can achieve is only when we persevere and we have patience. Because only patient can we all succeed. He gave the bombshell on Thursday. Talk about upcoming event, event that will shake the whole world, things that are happening. Talk about product release. We are talking, Mike Ellis. I remember when we had the last webinar, I think it was after a Friday Night Live. Mike Ellis said, this is the time that the journey begins, not before, not 2018. This is the starting of the journey. Though we have enjoyed the ride, but this is the time. Because from today, when Mr. Ashmofara released the news on Thursday, that is the time OnPassive started. Because people will come in and they'll look at it and say, my God, was I sleeping? No, it's because you were not plugged in. Because they spoke and they said, my God, I'm not coming in until when it is done. And now the food is ready. Last webinar, I said, when you prepare a good food, what will happen? The aroma will go everywhere. I remember in Africa, Cameroon, the country where I come from, Christmas, when they prepare rice, rice and good stew, my goodness, you can smell it from house to house. This is the time, because that's the only time I remember. Maybe that's the only time they always cook rice. Once a year, only Christmas. But then this is the time, the food that Mr. Ashmofara has prepared coming up. And I believe we will enjoy it, the rolling of every product. He said between 6 to 7 months, all our ecosystem, what we know will be out there. What we know now. And even the one we don't know, between 6 to 7 months. And he gave us the timeline. We know the timeline where things will be shaking, where the world will flip upside down with disruptive products, free products that are coming up very, very soon. We're talking matter of weeks. We're not talking months ago. We're not talking years. We're talking matter of weeks and just couple of, by the time you blink, it is out there. Maybe you sleep and you get up. You will just cry, as our brother Madi always said, that there are people who will wake up, look at what is in their back office, their wallet, and tears will run down their cheek. What we will make in OnPassive, I believe, in our entire life, some of us have never, ever made it before. OnPassive will surprise a lot of us, because people always believe in glitter. Not every glitter is gold. When I took a look on OnPassive, the first thing I said, my God, if Mr. Ashmofara, our CEO, put this together, it will be the biggest company mankind have ever seen. I have never, ever quit from that word, because that is what I saw from the day I joined OnPassive, going to our back office, the onpassive.com site. Nobody ever showed me how to go there. I Googled it. When a friend brought me in, I Googled it. And I called him, I said, do you know what you just introduced me to? He said, no, because he is not an IT person. So I don't blame him. I said, this is an IT company, the biggest coming. There was no product, nothing. It was just the architecture, communication tool. I look at all those tools, look at everything, dissect it. 30, not up to 30 minutes, 15 minutes, I rang him back. I said, do you know what you've just shown me? I remember it was just COVID, June 2020. I said, this company, he said, are you sure? I said, yes, this company, if they put all of this together, It will be the biggest IT company mankind have ever seen. I've never quit with that word. I've never ever changed my word. I said to put this together will take a lot of sweat and pain. It will not happen now. I remember the right time I spoke to Brother Oliver, I said the way OnPassive is going, we will need data center. After Mr. Ash Mofara spoke, Collins, are you sure? How can you put this out without data center? I said lot of companies like AWS or Microsoft Azure will suck us dry. I said I've been in the company and I'm working in a company right now. I know how much we pay only to host our data. I said we need data. I said, but if I said this to the founder that they should give us few months again, I'm sure some of the founders will chop off my head. I cannot say this out. 1 month after Mr. Ashmura came and announced data center, because I can see the way it is going. I can see the trend. I can look at the trend. I said, no, we need this, we need this, we need this. You cannot move without this part. And that Thursday, I still gave the news again. Bro, Oliver called me. We talked for more than 2 hours. I said, this is the point. He said, no, Collins, look at it. I said, no, look at this place. If Mr. Ashmura press this button, this is where we'll go. And I believe if they don't press this button, forget. That Thursday, Mr. Ashmura said it and it was done. I said, that is it, it's finished. Nothing again. If you don't listen to that, the moment he texts me, say, Collins, you are just a witch. I said, that is how it is. That is IT. That is IT company for you. And we are in a good position now. If you are not happy from Thursday, you know, you need to go and wash your face, because what will happen in our life, in our generation to come, our community, honestly, we will look at it and say, yes, we did it. We, together with Mr. Ash Mofara, did it. You know, he is a man of his word. When he pressed the button goes. And we are about to see the disruptiveness of all the products, from O-Mail to O-Net, which are all free products, you know, to O-Trim, and then to most of the products are paid products. We will never see this again. And there is no competition, no match for all the products that are coming. Very, very soon, the world will know our names. The world will know OnPassive. OnPassive is about to tell her story out there. We will not write the story, but OnPassive will write her own story. It is coming, and it is already here. Thank you, Lynn. I will leave it for you to take over. Thank you.
Oh, my, you fire us up. And yes, OnPassive is disruptive, and all of its products are disruptive, and the business model is disruptive. Everything about OnPassive is disruptive, in my opinion. All right, now we go to Bob Takusi to speak with us.
All right. Good evening, or good morning. This is your friend Bob Takusi from Bel-Air, Maryland. I'm your friend. Oh boy. Rising to the new top. You know, Mr. Ash had once said, when you get to the top, what do? If you are there, if you are at the top, you create a new top. So we know already that we are at the top. So what do? We create a new top. That's what Mr. Ash is doing for us, or with us. Mr. Ash is taking us to the top and to the top. Top. You know, I was intrigued yesterday on Thursday when I heard him. By the way, thank you, my brother Collins. That was very, you covered everything. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of what I can offer to our friends here in PNG. I was intrigued by our founder. You know, his audacity, the audacity in which he spoke. He began that webinar. The confidence. He looked at all of us in our eyes. Almost 20,000. I think we're like 18,000 founders listening to him. He looked at us straight in the eyes. And he said, I'm Ash Mofara. I'm here to change your life. Straightforward. If you choose to. That is a statement of confidence and a statement that we now know, we all know it is true. Do you choose to change your life? I did the very first time I found out about OnPassive. It changed my life. He has already changed my life. So, and I'm sure all of us here, we are all in that same boat. To let Mr. Ash lead us, because he's really going to change our lives. We now hear that rumble, the rumble from the distance. It used to be far away, far, far, far away. That rumble is now very, very, very loud around us. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel. So people of Papua New Guinea and the rest of the founders worldwide, Mr. Ash is really going to change our lives. The world is going to know our names. Each and every one of us here in Papua New Guinea are those remote villages where right now it's hard to reach people. Those founders who are there, the world will know your name. You will be known. I was very intrigued when Mr. Ash talked about the resurgence of our marketing campaigns in Dubai. Because what we did in March, in the whole month of April, beginning March ending, it was something that the world had never seen before, the compounding of those campaigns. The whole of Dubai and the Gulf, that Gulf region, knows about OnPassive. So when he announced that we're going to restart, which started already, I was pleased again, because now there's going to be a continuation. We are now at the launch path. He said that this month of September, we know that in that area, in Dubai, that area especially, that's the new frontier. The new frontier where business, information technology, and leisure is converging. Millions of people, millions come through Dubai for one of those, either for business, pleasure, or you're looking for IT solutions. And what has Mr. Ash done? He's taking us there at that hub, giving us a vantage position, providing the solutions that these countries around Dubai and around the United Arab Emirates will need. We are there to service them. But from there, we launch out to the world as well. So I'm very excited to see that compounding move forward all across Europe, North America, Australia, and around the world, Africa. So when he said that, I was pleased again. Then he talked about our website, showed us our new website. Mind-blowing. I don't know anybody who sees that website. You know that the website speaks for herself. The visualization. Artificial intelligence visualization is paramount. The visualization is impeccable. You know, you can see anything that you're looking for. And every iteration, that means every version, is better than the one before. It tells her story, like Colin just said. This website tells the story of OnPassive from one iteration to another. The version that came out on Thursday is better than the one that came out on Monday. And the one that came out on Monday is better than the one that came out last Thursday. So every iteration, you see the improvement of the website. And the website, the visualization is clearer. You know, when you look at the website, you see everything that you want. Just imagine, guys, imagine fellow founders in Papua New Guinea and around the world. That website is yours. Same website is going to be running in your domain. Just imagine the customers who will be visiting your website, and they change every day. That's the goal. They are unique to each and every one of us, 1.4 or of us. They change, they're dynamic. Just imagine you having customers coming to that website to buy products. They feel that they have, it's like, it's soft, like marshmallows, like our CEO says. They look and feel. Just imagine your customers coming in and the user experience, the experience they have. It's beautiful. We have to really give thanks to our tech guys and girls in Hyderabad. They are doing a fantastic job and they are working around the clock. Like Mr. Ash said, Didi for him, Didi for them. I'm going to do it or die, or you're going to do it or depart. We know they're not going to depart. They're going to get it done. They have been doing it. It's just that Ash Mufara that we know has been compounding it. He has the ability to, and he has the ability and the privilege of having the people who build all the systems that we know. All these big IT tech companies that are out there. The guys working for us in Hyderabad, those are the guys who have built it out, who have built those kinds of companies from the ground up. So there's no question in my mind for them to do it or depart. They have given their word to our founder and they're going to get it done. So there's not going to be any do it or depart for them. In fact, they're going to do it and stay to continuously improve it. Brainstorm and add more value to our products. Compound it. You know? So that was something that caught my attention. Just the experience that I had, that we have, looking at the website. It tells a story of something magnificent coming to each and every one of us. Then when our founder spoke about the sprint, he showed us this next sprint. All of us here, my brothers, my tech brothers and myself, we could see that it is still compounding. Mr. Ash is only compounding. These guys are only adding value to what we have already. They are compounding and taking on passive products, or our O Connect especially, which that's what I'm referring to. I know he showed us O Mail and O Connect, the sprints for those two products. For O Connect, they are just adding, compounding, taking it above market value. Because we know that we are above market value now, but it's taking it triple, quadruple above market value. That's what I saw. But you know, as being in the industry, we use similar products like this. Right now, as I speak to you from my desk, this computer I'm speaking to, I have two different kinds of video conferences. The most popular ones that we use in the corporate world is either Microsoft Teams or Cisco WebEx. I have both. So I see them. Mr. Ash Mufare and our tech guys have taken us to a place that is not known. The world is going to be spellbound when they see O Connect. This week that is ending, we started using a new version of Cisco WebEx. I have it. When I looked at it, when I saw, I'm still trying to figure out my way around. When I looked at it, I just wanted to hug Ash Mufare and our tech guys. The difference is night and day. And then we're going to give our users the best experience with the best system, video conference system, for a cheaper price. I say this from my God. I don't think anything will be left to the market share. We're going to take more than 80% of the market share. I'm saying this from my God. What OnPassive is going to offer with O Connect, I don't see anybody coming close, because what we have now in the industry, even the first version of OnPassive, the one that Mr. Ash showed us about a year and a half ago, to me, that is above market value. That was a year and a half ago, and we know that it is a totally different animal now. You know? So this tells me that every single thing that Ash Mufara is telling us, multiply by add 10, multiply, just add 10 to it, multiply by 10. We are about to go to a place where every single day for the rest of our lives, you're going to be pinching yourself, thinking that you wake up, or be afraid not to wake up that this is a dream, but it's true. It's a reality. So let us get engaged. This is the time for all of us, every single founder. Try to get engaged. Enjoy this final journey. Whatever pains, whatever struggles you are in, my dear friends, trust me, life is about to get a little bit much better for all of us. And let us not forget to pay it forward, because that's the wish of Mr. Ash Mufara. He talked about our products that are coming. There's some free products, like Colin said, and some paid products. He talked about the different methods or ways we can pay you. Some you pay some packages, some products are standalone, some you pay monthly, some you pay yearly. You know, there are different ways. He's trying to make sure, he's trying to accommodate every single one around the world, no matter where you are. That is who Ash Mufara is. He talked about our Obless, our flagship product, 100% free. The company is absorbing the cost. That has never been done before. Because this is the product that Ash Mufara uses to achieve his personal legend. His personal legend is who he is. Does anyone think it was 4 years ago that Ash Mufara decided to create something to uplift mankind? No. That's who Mr. Ash Mufara has always been ever since he was a child, a young boy. He always had this mission to uplift mankind. That's his personal legend. And he demonstrates that with his Obless. That is why Obless is going to be 100% free. The company absorbs the costs for it. So my fellow founders of Papua New Guinea around the world, these are exciting times. Let us be very happy and be humbled. Life is about to get a little bit much better for all of us. We've gone this far. Let us just relax. Let our CEO do his thing. He's a master of his game. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's putting the chips where they should fall. And when he unleashes this to the world is going to be spellbound. That avalanche is going to crack. And once it cracks, Unpassive sweeps everything on its path. I'll send it back to you, Auntie Lynn. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. You know, the above market value and the value and the compounding and the fact that we're truly not going to have competition, the fact that we are lower priced than the competition, yet offering better products and services. I mean, this company is going places, isn't it?
I'm telling you, Auntie, I swear to you, what Unpassive is about to unleash, what I know. You know, I know, and I crave Mr. Ash indulgence here. I know he doesn't like to compare us, but I feel like it's a moral duty for me to let our founders know that what Mr. Ash Mufara and the tech guys have done, the product quality, or the quality of the product that we are bringing, there's no match. And the price, it is cheaper. So you give better value at a lesser price. Who is not going to come for it? Like Oliver says, it's going to be Black Friday every day. That's how they will rush to get our products.
So people are going to come in either as a customer or a reseller.
Reseller, yeah.
I mean, who's not going to want to be a customer?
It's not going to want to.
I mean, it's not like even a chance that we'll not want the things. We'll want the things that we have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just logical.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting.
Thank you.
All right, we've got Oliver Fontaine next. Come on down, Oliver.
Hey, PNG, good afternoon there. I'm sure it's around 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Just want to say good afternoon. And want to greet everybody that is here in the house. And also want to thank Lynn for doing a good job, being there with us all the way. I want to thank my two brothers. You know, they said it all. I will not go take it today. I will go on the humanitarian side, because that is what when our CEO talked on that day, a few days ago, I was like, finally, the unpassive, unlimited story. Unlimited story is what is on now. Why do I say unpassive story is unlimited? Because it's going to be a story that will be told in the future by our great-great-great-grand. We were in this journey with Mr. Ash Mufara, those who will be here for 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, even 1 day. Enjoy the journey. Now we've come almost there, that unpassive founders in 196 countries are going to impact people's life. We owe that to Mr. Ash Mufara, please. We owe him that. We, the founders, we owe him that to impact, to replicate. He has been saying that consistently. We owe him that. Yes, he said we should fill our tongue. We should, but we should replicate, impact people's life. He said it again a few days ago. You know, and that unpassive will be a company that will make difference for years to come. He said that. When it comes to the founders, our future and the future of our generation is guaranteed. It's guaranteed. Our kids will go to school not because they don't lack money. They will go to school because they want to study what they have passion for, not because they want to go and be a medical doctor, a data scientist because of money. They'll go to school, study what they have passion for, and they're going to impact people's life. That is the highest and the highest of what unpassive has done. The creation of Obless. Total free. The cost will be on the company, on unpassive. Never heard of. Look at all the other crowdfunding. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. They rip off money from people. Our CEO told us that the beauty of crowdfunding should be costless. The company is going to take that cost. Never heard of. Never heard of. You know, I want to thank him, Mr. Ash Mufara. Thank you, sir. And thank our techs, them in Hyderabad, for the wonderful job that they're doing to make our life and our future and to give us that financial freedom and the freedom that will use the time to impact people's life. He told us about minimizing crime, the crime rate. I'm in Baltimore. We'll try our best by impacting kids, not hanging around, kids not going to school, meet with some other NGOs around, try to see what we can do, Baltimore County, Baltimore City, to impact lives. Kids should go back to school. Kids should stop doing the bad things that they're on the street doing, educate them, help them. Back in Africa, we just had a meeting today with Missionaries for Africa, trying to strategize how to carry on our humanitarian work in Africa and around the world. By also doing that, eliminating the crime rate in cities and in town. When I look into education, also what he talked about, also when I look at education, I look at academy, the impact, also what academy will do all over the world in the 196 countries that we made all their regional laws, the policies, the regulations. We passed them with above. Academy is going to touch from kindergarten to PhD holders. People will not travel that they want to go to UK, to US, to Europe, to Australia, or other parts of the world to go study. Stay home, get your laptop, get your internet, you have your education. Perfect education by using academy. What beauty can that be? Healthcare. The 196 countries all over the world that UNPACIF has passed all the regulations and the regional laws. We are going to impact people's lives. Those who are in the hospital, build good hospitals, supply them with good medical equipment, pay their bills, make people's life, change their lives, make them to feel that their life is also precious. I want to thank Mr. Ash Mufara for that. Nothing is good like having a good or healthy life. Nothing is good like to have a healthy life. To conquer poverty. We, the founders, are going to conquer poverty. Mr. Ash Mufara, our CEO, he has flipped the world. Those who were suffering, they cannot afford $1 meal a day, will be able now to even afford $10 meal a day. We will do it. We, the founders. We, the founders, we owe Mr. Ash Mufara that. We owe him that. We owe him that. Try to see how we can conquer poverty, impact people's life by doing this. By doing this, it's going to help a lot of people all over the world. And I know we, the founders, will do it 1.4 million plus. We will do it, and we can do it. Yes, fill your tank. Live all the luxurious life that we want to. What are you going to do with the excess? Please, we owe him that, and we should make sure we do it. Our financial burden will be a thing of the past. You will make more money than your bills. You will not cry anymore about bills. You will not be scared to go to your mailbox, to go get your mail. You saw the bills, you start to panic. Now you make more money times even 100 that will be able to take care of our bills. So what should we do with the rest? We have to impact people's lives. We have to touch lives. We have to make people to feel good. We have to make people to understand that life is not all about poverty, health. They're scared to go to the hospital because they cannot foot their bills. We should be able. I know it will be difficult to touch everybody's life, but at least if we can do something, at least try to do something. Please, I'm begging. We should do something. Each and every one of us, like I said, we owe Mr. Ash Mufara that. We owe him that. Mr. Ash Mufara with the tech guys in Hyderabad, they will make our life, we are going to have a ready-made life. And we should also, if Mr. Ash Mufara would have been a kind of person, he would have this company by himself. He would have carried on this company by himself and be the richest man on planet Earth. But he saw us with the heart that we got, because I know and I believe that all the 1.4 million founders in OnPassive, God has seen their heart to make them to be where we are today in OnPassive. Because we have friends that they are also high-tech guys, but they cannot see. They cannot see. They are still calling that your thing. You know? So please, not to talk that much, just want to say we are the chosen ones, the 1.4 million all over the world. We scattered in 196 countries that we know. Please impact somebody's life. Replicate yourself and ask the other person to replicate themselves. We should go to our neighborhood, our community, try to do something. Feel good is something we have to feel good when we touch lives. We have to feel good. Not to take the money to suppress people, no. But to take the money to do something that is going to impact life. I, for one, I would do it. We have our NGO with my junior brother. We will do it. Also in Missionaries for Africa, we will do it. Chris Johnson has his, Obless, he will do it. And we will make the world a better place. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. Bye.
Thank you, Oliver, for those very inspiring words. Appreciate you so much. I believe that most of the founders of this company share the same sentiment as you. I believe Mr. Mafara has had a great impact on us as founders. I know he has affected me profoundly. So I think people are kind of on the same wavelength. So that's a good thing. Thank you. Now we go to our very own Marty DeGarmo. Please take the floor, Marty.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Yeah, I think it's Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. Anyway, yeah, you know, since I've been on passive, I've looked at everything when I'm talking or listening to Ask since the very beginning. To me, it was like a puzzle, a 10,000-piece puzzle. And he threw it on the table. And at first, you're like, what is this? It's a picture of something. Thursday, the piece that he put in painted the picture. It was the piece that I've been waiting to see for a long, long time. Did I know it was coming Thursday? No, I had no idea. Was it clear? Pretty darn clear. What was clear was we've got a huge, huge marketing campaign coming. We all know what it is. Can't mention it here. When it comes, we need to be able to sell products. It's that simple. And it's not like they're going to wait till the last day to do it. So I see big things happen in the next few weeks. Like probably 4 weeks before that happens, things happen in the back office so that we're able to do it. Because he's not going to start it up on the 20th and then the 21st, here comes the campaign. There's no way he's going to do that. You want to make sure everything's running. You know, we found out on Thursday that the reason he's so blunt and seems arrogant is because, remember, his view is at 20,000 feet. He definitely sees stuff we don't see. And you can tell, you're looking at him and he's looking out, that he sees something pretty cool. I mean, it's obvious by the way he's explaining it. But, you know, when you hear that the physical products are even bigger than what we know, how do you wrap your head around that? I don't even know how to, I can't even go there. And then for, you know, I always thought, well, if we get 10%, 20% of all these companies, That's astronomical. It really is. But I think Collins is right. I think in time, if you have the value, you have the technology and AI, we could hit 80%. And I can't even tell you what that is. I mean, you could do the math, you know what they bring in. And one of the big things that hit home, and because myself and Dan and Mike have been putting this puzzle piece together, as weeks go on, because we are tapped in, we could read this novel pretty close to what it's going to be even before we hear it. And I've had a lot of conversations with people. They say, well, what would be a good return for the company for us? I said, well, I remember 35% was really high. Any company ever paid you back 30%, 35. It's unbelievable. But he mentioned 50%. Of course he did, right? I mean, it's Ashrifara. That, that is not, you just wrap your head around it. $300 pays back 150, 50 to first person. Your directs, I'm just giving you an example, $3.40 for 15 levels. You add that up, and then you guys hit infinity someday, where you go down even more levels. It's the whole part of this company is unbelievable. Every bit of it. It's unlimited in every aspect of the company. Unlimited in what it will do, unlimited in value, unlimited in what we could make for our families and our future families that aren't even here yet. And it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've always said this to people the last few weeks, start focusing on what's next. We don't have founders. We're not bringing any more founders, but think ahead. Think of what you want. And it's hard for people. They have this cookie cutter answer. I want world peace. Okay, so do I. But really, what do you want? What are you looking to? What are your dreams? And I was asked that not too long ago, and there's a couple things I want, but other than that, there was nothing else there. That cupboard was bone dry. Now, did I have them when I was younger? Obviously. So I'm going to have to do some soul digging to find out what I want. But I think you change when you get older, and what your goals and what you want change. I don't need anything fancy, but I know in my direct world, if I can impact anybody, it will be done daily, whatever it is. Because I think if we all did that, that's that little piece, you helping your neighbor, giving a hand down, lifting them up, lifting people up, giving people maybe a reseller position, and just constantly paying it forward and give people not just the fish, but the pole, the fishing box, all the gear, all the bait. And while you're at it, just throw fish in the net. I mean, what else could you ask for? People need this. Millions and millions of people need Unpass It. That's the beauty of the company. It's not just the company. Yeah, it's going to make money for people. It's the whole concept of it is helping your fellow man. Ask doesn't talk about company things. I've never seen, he's going to have the biggest company in the world, and he never talks about company. He doesn't talk about bottom line. He doesn't talk about revenue. He talks nothing about company. And he finally said it in the last few webinars. This isn't just a company. He doesn't look at it that way. He said, I'm not that way. I'm not a typical CEO. I'm not a typical guy running a business. He's doing something that is totally flipped upside down from the concept to the name, to him, to us. So that's why we have trouble. People come up to you and ask, what is this all about? That's a loaded question. Are you kidding me? It's the opposite of everything you've ever done. I finally used that as an answer the other day. It's the opposite of everything you've ever done. Well, that's pretty good because I know, you know what they did? Same thing I did. They went out, they got online with a hope and a dream. I want to help change my family's life. They put in the money, they start that choo-choo train, only to find out that they're going to get ripped off and they're going to lose money. They can't even go back to their family and tell them. I can't tell my wife I lost thousands of dollars. I'm too busy chasing it. Then you start chasing what you lost. Then you can't get out because you can't afford to. You can't stay in because you can't afford to. But with this, are you kidding me? I found the homes, all of you did. I'm not talking that you guys don't get it. You get it. I can hear it in your voice. I see it every day. And that's why when I'm out looking around, Ash will come back to me on a text after he goes to a webinar because he listens to a lot of them. Trust me, if you don't think he does listen to a webinar, you're nuts. But he'll write back and say a name and go, Diamond. So he looks for those people too. Constantly. You know why? That's where the power is. The strength of your company is people. Products will be changed every day. With Ask Me Borrow, you know what we see right now in OConnect? State of the art, best in the world. What do you think it's going to look like in 5 years? Nothing like it is now. It's just a product. Thank God he wants to keep it going up to par and something spectacular because that'll make people stay. Traffic's a big, big deal. One of the biggest deals of all. Second is getting people to stay. Because if they leave, they almost never come back. I've never gone back to something I quit. Except one time with AWeber. And they did something to me and did something with my leads and I got mad and I left. And they wrote an apology and I came back. Most of the time, if I get a problem with a product or a company, I don't go back. And with Unpassive, at least with founders, we have a vested interest. It's our company. Resellers are going to feel the same way, by the way. They're going to come in, I'm telling you, because I'm a reseller from 25 years. Different name, but same thing. They see what we have. You couldn't beat them up with a stick. I'm telling you right now. And that's why I say now start looking at what you want to do. What is it in life that you want to do? You can use Unpassive, and I don't care what it is. You give me anything you like or you have interest in, you could use Unpassive to advance it to unbelievable heights. I don't care what it is. Music, teaching language, karate, baseball, real estate, whatever it is, Unpassive, you could use that as a tool to blow it out of the park. And you know the funny thing about it? All the things you've ever loved or you have passion with, you're going to make more money with it now than you ever did. You don't even care. You'll make more money with it now than you ever did. Why? You have no sweat. You're not selling it. You're sharing it. You don't even care. Big difference when you talk to somebody with the confidence of succeeding. Because when you go to people a year from now, 2 years from now, so I got this thing I want you to look at, you're going to be pretty confident. That people aren't going to just scare you, especially when you say I'm a founder and I'm passive. Ears will perk up. Oh, he knows something I don't know. Not like last year. You're an idiot. 6 years, 5 years from now, a year from now, it'll be a different answer. Oh, you're a founder? Because you stuck the course. Very few people go the course. They get knocked down, they quit. Somebody talks about them, they quit. I'm on every bad video there is on YouTube. I am freaking superstar. I'm on every bad video there is. People send them to me every day. I don't watch them, so you don't need to send them to me, but I know I am. They watch me live. They're eating popcorn, ripping me apart. But it doesn't matter. I mean, they're having fun. Good for them. Because the day will come, the truth will come out, and Marty might not be such a bad guy. Maybe he was right. Same with all of you. Tony hit the spotlight. Lynn's not far behind. If you guys show your face, you're going to get blasted. That's how you know you made it. So don't let that stuff bother you. It's nothing. They get 2 or 3 clicks. You know, I don't care who they are. But now we're in something, guys. Thursday was the piece of the puzzle that we should all went, oh my God, it's happening. Okay, how long you waited? You know, like, fortunate enough in my mind, about 2 years ago, I shut off in my mind launch. When it happens, it happens. Just made it easier for me. And I focused on working with the people, building a team, doing webinars, training, motivating, and pointing out new things. That's, you know, that's what we can do. tech guys came on the scene 5-6 months ago. When they first came on, people were terrified. I don't know what they're saying. We have to do that? I don't understand that stuff. Oh my God, I didn't know we had. Calm the freak down. They're sharing something with you. If you don't want to go, don't go. But some people want to know, why is it might take longer to build a company like this? Who has a better insight to that than a freaking tech guy? Because I want to ask you a question. In the last 5 months since they came on the scene, how many people ask you, when is it going to launch? It's cut way back. Because even if they don't know what they're saying, they know, hey, I may not know what they're saying, but man, I understand now why it's taken so long. So that was one thing that we wanted to eliminate, and it worked. Plus, they became good speakers. They don't even have to talk about IT anymore. They could intertwine it with everything. So everything turned out good. I can't even explain to you how it feels. All the business I did, all the people I've looked in the face and I'm going to help you, and I couldn't. The nights I went to bed, so oh my God, I lost. One night I went to bed, I lost 30 grand. And I go, oh. And in my mind, I'm going, how can I get it back? You're not getting it back. You're not getting it back. And to go to meet someone like Ash, you know, he told me he met some of these Bitcoin guys. He knows them. You guys know who some of these are, by the way. And he sat down at the table and said, hey, well, we want to set up a Bitcoin thing, but hold on. Ash met with him and he goes, Ash listened to the guy, and at the end he said, that won't work. Yeah, but it'll work 6 months. That's what the guy said. It'll work for 6 months. In other words, let's rake money in. When it dies, so what? That's what you have out there in the world right now. That's why passive is unbelievable. And people say, you can't say it's like nothing else. Yes, I can. You heard me say it. I'd say it to anybody to their face. I don't care who it is. And I've met 7-8 figure earners. I know some. They're working like mules, guys. And the business out there is getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. Dog eat dog. They're going to need a place to land. They're going to want to find a new home. And they're going to come on past them. They're going to be under you. One night you wake up, next day you get up, you got 5,000 more people or 10,000 more people. That could happen. It happens to other people. It happens to the 1%. And I've said this 50 times. No one could come into the house of Unpassive except to a founder. I don't care how much money they have. You don't think Ash has friends and buddies come up knowing what he's doing now, going, hey, I want a spot. Okay. Grab a link. Grab a link. No doubt, guys. That's what he does. These people went on the journey with me. That means a lot to Ash. What's he talk about? Trust. What's he expect of us? We paid the 97. I don't even want to hear about that again. That's a joke. He wants trust, loyalty, and sit back and just ride. Take the ride. He does all the heavy lifting. He doesn't expect any more money out of us. We never paid another dime. You can build a team. You can share if you want. If you don't, don't. We have to do nothing else. We got to meet millions of people around the world, build friendships that we would have never done. And he's paying for this. He's paying for the Zoom. All we got to do is wait. And we got people that can't do that. Come on. There's no room for that. We're way past that. Don't baby people. Let's move on. We're in the best shape of our life. And what we heard Thursday just stamped it. Guys, get ready. It's coming. This thing coming in November is unbelievable. And what's coming after that and before that, some of it you'll see from the sky. He's not done. He's just starting. And every time Ask talks, people think, okay, he's not doing that now. Now we're doing this. No, he's doing that plus this. He's not stopping anything. He's compounding it. He's doing more and more and more and more every week, every month, every week, every month. Every company takes a wave and it goes up like this and it slowly peaks out and then comes down a little bit and then it levels off somewhere down here, down low. Ask is going to go up and keep going up for months and months and months and years. Why? New products every month. That's why he's doing it. And then by the time all the new products come out in 5 years, the old products are being redone. It's never going to end. It's going to be Party City every month. Look at Apple. Every year they come out with a phone. Not really. They come out with a different name for the same freaking phone. And people tripping over each other to go get it and pay an extra $300 or $400 every year. I asked somebody one day when I didn't have a phone. I got to go get the phone. It comes out at midnight. Guy's sitting on a chair, a lawn chair. Oh, wait a minute. Is your phone broke? No. Well, why are you getting another one? Because it's new. It's Apple. I said, do you realize how ridiculous that sounds? But that's what happens when you brand. What do you think what happens when people come and see the products and then a new one comes out with Ask Me For? I'm past some new products. They're going to knock the doors down to get it. But the crazy thing, it'll be great value. And next month again. The month after that again. And we don't know where we're at. I don't know where we're at. But wherever we're at, I'm happy as a lark. And it's only going to get better. So that's all I have. Great job, guys, as usual. Thank you, Lynn.
Don't go away. So in other words, we should all realize what we have in hand, Marty, is what you're saying. And if we don't, we need to figure out why we don't know, because everybody should be aware of what we've got in our hands. You know, I guess some people maybe not be keeping up, Marty, with what's going on. But if they are, they should be excited beyond words, in my opinion. And your comment about how when you're in the limelight that you're going to be picked on. You know, I've experienced that myself. Just the other day, we had Rob Lynn Live, and a YouTube channel was actually filming or showing us live, you know, and making commentaries, negative, not good comments, but negative comments about what we were saying. So, but because you warned me, you know, Marty, you told me this is how it is. If you're going to be a quote unquote leader, you're going to have thick skin, right? And just know that's part of the journey and tolerate it. So it really helps me. I want to thank you for that, because now I feel like I'm not traumatized, because I know that I expect it. And because I expect it, it's okay. I can shield myself. So I appreciate the mentoring and the guidance that you have given me, Marty. Thank you. All right, now we move on to our very own Tony Monk. Come on down, Tony.
Hi, Lynn. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I have something to ask you. Do you have something against me?
Why? Because what? What did I do?
I have to follow Marty. Oh my God.
Oh,
After all
you're
that.
good. No, you're good after Marty, because Marty gives you ideas and it feeds your
He
brain.
does actually.
It's
He does.
perfect.
And actually something came to mind. You're right, Lynn. Thank you so much. Thank you for everything you do, Lynn, by the way.
Sure.
Marty brought up a good point, you know, and what he said is that as we get older, and I feel that too, as we get older, we start to realize that our it's amazing to it's our job is to serve people. You know, it feels good to serve. We're here to serve, and it feels fantastic. It feels better to serve than actually receive. You know, as you get older, you start to understand these things, and I'm starting to get it. You know, this is going to be a September to remember. You know, I mean, that webinar that Ash did the other day was mind blowing. I don't know what else to say. I mean, if you didn't watch that webinar, I suggest you all sit around and watch it again and again. I'm watching it for the 4th time, and I'm actually picking up things I didn't pick up the first 3 times. So you always pick up something. I've been on this journey since the beginning, and I'm telling you, what we have now is just absolutely phenomenal. It's you know, Papua New Guinea, you know, hi Papua New Guinea, nice to see every one of you again. It's great to be here. Thank you so much for having us on again. You may not be able to see the brightness in Papua New Guinea, but I'm sure you can actually feel the brightness in your hearts of what's about to come. Right? The future is very, very, very bright. And you are all going to be able to make so many dreams come true. All the dreams that you've had for the longest time, the suffering that you've gone through, all that is over when on passive, when we launch and we go into activation mode. Oh my God, watch out. So many things are going to change. So many lives are going to change all over the world in so many rural places that, you know, it's going to be fantastic, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm glad to be a witness to what's going to be going on in the future here with On Passive. My OTEC brothers, you know, they inspire me. Thank you so much, you guys. You guys are fantastic. Bob brought up something very important earlier. He said that I find it my moral obligation to get to know my business. And you know how important that is? If Ash has given us 50% of the business, don't you think it's your moral obligation to get to know it? Get to know the products, get to know how the business is run, help many people understand it. It's our moral obligation to pass this message on to as many founders as we can, because now is the time. You know, we've had all this time up to now, but now is the time to wake up everyone. You know, all those people that are sleeping. Ash brought something up the other day that was very important, that I thought was important, is that, you know, and you can feel kind of the, not the sadness, but the, what's the word I want? I felt a little disappointed that there's founding members that go all the way back to 2018, and they still have this old mentality. They have no idea what's going on. A lot of them haven't been engaged, you know, and he said with his kind words, he said, how am I supposed to predict what these people want if they're not engaged? If they don't make themselves available, how do I know what they want? Right? Instead of saying, I'll kick them out, you know, he's saying, how can I know you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's just a fantastic human being, and we should follow his example. And I think a lot of us are following his example. I see all these faces here on this webinar right now are all successful members. We are the pioneers of this company On Passive, this huge company. And I believe it's going to be the biggest IT company on the planet. I have absolutely no doubt on that at all. You know, I'll bring up an example, and I don't want to bring up names, but we are going to be so recognizable that there was one of our founding members who happened to be in a mall, and this stranger came up to him, a complete stranger, and said, "You're a founding member of On Passive. I saw you on YouTube." So that's what we're going to get, seriously, in moving forward into the future here. So be prepared for that, guys and ladies. I'm so excited. I've been excited right from the beginning. I'm so excited I can't hide it. Remember that song? I love that tune. That's a cool song. And that's exactly who I am. Thank you so much, Papua New Guinea, for having us on again. You guys are fantastic. I love you with all my heart. You know how much I'm rooting for all of you. And we're all here to help Papua New Guinea as best as we can. And have a good night. Thank you so much. Back to you, Lynn. Thank you.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you so much. You know, I just realized I didn't pause for interpretation. I don't know what I was thinking, and nobody reminded me. So we went all this time without interpretation. I'm so sorry, David. I wasn't thinking. So what shall we do at this point, David? I apologize for overlooking that part, David.
No worries, Lynn. All good, all good. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, not bad. Your volume, can you bring your volume up a little bit?
My volume is right up to the hilt.
Okay, it's pretty good right now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will just basically summarize and interpret
Thank
what
you.
all our speakers have mentioned. Good afternoon, everyone from Papua New Guinea. Wherever you are around the nation, in the highlands, the lowlands, the islands, welcome to our PNG webinar. I'm Yupla Harampinis, all OTEC Pro team, all brother Bloyumi, all technical team Bloyumi, all isawe staff, and also kisim wanem something CEO Bloyumi Tok. Now also Brukim go down lik na mitupla by clear long wanem something waklong come up. Thank you long all leader Bloyumi, also Mati Digamo, Tony Monk, and saya come all the time. Na Blatok thank you long Lin, misawe helping me play hosting this webinar. You know, Lin, I just want to re-emphasize what Collins and Bob, you know, they mentioned when Ash came on, and he started off by saying this: "I am Ash, I am your friend, and I'm going to change your life. I want to change your life." You know, that statement, it's kind of anchored our anxieties and settle us down and given us confidence and peace of mind. And Mati mentioned, you know, he said it all the time. He says it all the time. I have found my home on passive. And that is true. I have also found a home when I met Mati and he shared this amazing business to me. It's like a journeyman, you know, moving from place to place, looking for a place to settle down. And then when he has found his spot, he has pitched his tent and settled down to build his house. So this is where we are in On Passive. I found my place, trying to look for every opportunity to make money. But now that we found our home in On Passive, we have basically peace of mind, contentment. We know money is coming, but catching on with the vision that Ash has given to us. It's no longer money, so thank you everyone for sharing this afternoon. I'll just carry on in pidgin and try to break this down to our people. Papua New Guinea, you may stop long one corner lakan Yumi Harampinis all talk all make him number one talk where Bob emi come share him na emi talk on passive CEO blow yumi time em come em talk osem emi greet him mi plan emi talk sem hello me as me proman blow you na me like change him life blow you this kind talk man emi got believe na emi say osem emi na make him na make him kind talk You mean not lo make him nothing. Suppose you know sawalo one and a half by you sanap long na by you help him all man long and by you not make him this la tok and big la tok through. Na on passive CEO blow you me. Got all got a belief long yet confidence you me talk lo English sa. Me trust him yet got belief lo tok long na make him sla tok osem. Me like send him life blow you. One plus man come up blow you na talk osem me like send him life blow you. Now you know sawa long and by you got plenty kind thinking about it. Plenty question mark by come up. Tasol Islaman S. Mipla Osim or founders, Mipla 1.4 million Mipla staff now. Sampla all join lo day one Osim Tony Mong. Tony Mong can join long 2018. This la time I'm dreaman long S tasol. I'm not looking something. I'm looking dreaman tasol. Me join him long 2019. This la time to know plenty something. Now Collins brother me I'm join him long 2020. Collins and man he got experience long. This la business long IT and engineer long tech IT. Na emi come ni na em looking this la business na emi talk long em make him talk and talk. This la company on passive by come up one pla big pla company through. Because em sawe man lo this la area. Time em looking em see me walk long walking. Em talk sem man. This la man introduce him long em ring him ken em talk him sem. Hey, this is the company you introduce me there. This is the company and come up one big company inside long internet business or technology business. So this is like something come up now. Mipla staff 1.4 million. Mipla behind him ash lo this la dreaman na walk about langam. Na Mipla staff involved lo this la process. Mipla looking one something come up na lo Friday or lo Thursday lo time long all na you Friday morning ya. Suppose sampla blipla lo Papua New Guinea you play going chat na looking this la webinar. SME come na making this la hap talk ya. Me proman blipla na me like sense him life blipla. This is like kind talk and big la talk through. So SME no like him na line. Em no say busy lo na line. Em talk sem. My first love yeah em talk. My first love is the founders. Number one like him blow me em all founder yeah. I'm not say wasting time lo not line. Or now you can think man and make him slakan talk. And not plakan talk. And big la talk too much lo you not me you some culture blame me lo Papua New Guinea. Time man can make him slak talk yeah. You by scale him and by big la talk and once I straight lo bun lo lewa blow you. Also now me like encourage you me. You me come lo this la topic yeah. Rising to the top on passive. This la walk about Luimi and you come go on top lo narpla. On top. You want to finish lo mountain na you pan him narpla hap lo go by jump na go around lo space or kind of them. By float go on top. You me come lo this la makwe bosman and me kisimi me come on top rising to the top. You me go on top or kata. Karem you na me. Mitupla liglig man meria all no sa lo mitupla. Tomorrow and time on passive launch. You na mia em kissing me to go on la mountain yeah. Go on top lo mountain. So em talk lo you come lo this la meeting yeah. Me like encourage him you me kata lo look sawe long. One em happy you stand up long em. Life do you em stop lo where lo this la now. Now this la time you can scale him now you can look him. Now tomorrow em talk sem dream and you must put him go on top 10 time more. Walk him dream and go big la more. This like kind dreaman you come long em, now you look him long em. Tomorrow you must increase him, or now yet you increase him like dreaman blue. 10 time on top long em. 10 times more. So me like encourage me lo this la. Boss blue me as me come me align you know inviting me to lo come na stop on time lo this la business way. Make him by him kai one time you meet to Mati emi toko kaya. Suppose you are in this lab recording too. Bosman 50% lo operations or something 50% yeah. And by scaling one time me player. And big play through. Inside long, side long, all months I walking bis. And past time all talk long 35% and one play good play return of investment, return of investment. But as me abrushim okata na put you na mi by scaling this la benefit one time. So mi no ga to mi ga hard lo to. Mi ama master sol na mi sida ni situation na mi luglug lo tomorrow lo. Mi no busy la one man come na to lo one kind to giving me one black and negative to because mi sa la one map mi sana pin. You don't have long making me by thinking planting no god because thinking blow me and fixed finish na stop. Mi look na mi looking finish. One Sunday ba come up some na I blow me and fix lots or something. So me like encourage you pla. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for that come up. I just want to thank everyone for sharing this afternoon. Our OTEC Pro team. Thank you for everything that you are sharing. Thank you, Mati, our godfather, my brother from another mother. I thank you for always inspiring us. You know, you are straight to the point. You never mince your words, but you are telling us the truth because you have been there with your experience. And thank you, Tony, for your encouraging words all the time. You lift us up. Thank you, my brother. Thank you, Lynn. Back to you.
Sorry, I was muted. I said, thank you, David, for your words. Even though I don't know the language, I can hear the passion in your voice, and it was very inspiring to me. Thank you. All right, now we take it to the gallery. And this is your time for PNG folks to be able to ask their questions and make comments. And the topic is really broad, so pretty much anything goes, except we ask you not to talk about support type questions. For example, questions pertaining to password issues or login issues. Those are things that can be addressed in your PNG webinar that is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But today we have our resources here. We've got Collins and Bob and Oliver to answer your questions. So we want to have PNG people in particular ask their questions and make their comments. Thank you to the international community for your support and your attendance here. But you know that this webinar is specifically to give the PNG folks a chance to ask their questions and make comments. So thank you for your understanding. At this time, we're asking for comments and questions from folks in PNG. It may take a little while to warm up, but I know there's questions and comments to be had. Let's give them some time to warm up. Oh, David, would you also interpret in Pidgin so they know what I said? Please, David.
Okay. Lina mi toko kem disla em toko sem disla NG webinar blow Yumi. So Yumi all Papua New Guinea line. You stop, you put the money go on top, you look him long tambloya, you got on the button and same hand blow mano same. You press in this plan, you happy man blow you. So Mipla can kiss him you na you can come in lo ask him question. All right, all question blow you no can talk long all kind something or some technical or legal administration something where how to log in problem lo email or something this line but you can come long Tuesday night na Thursday night long 8 o'clock na you can ask him also question. Now you missed up this topic lo you am rising to the top was a big topic na you ask him more question make and now Castle. So thank you. Back to Lynn.
Thank you, David. Now we go on to Elizabeth Bade. Good to have you here. You can unmute. Very good. You're unmuted. You can speak now, Elizabeth.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loudly and clearly.
Okay, thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you, Lynn. Hello. Let me just first of all say that I'm very sorry for the failure that I went through with you and Comfort. And I know the chance will come back to me anyway.
It will.
And you know that I know you can confirm that. Thank you, sister. Okay, I just want to say thank you to Marty again for bringing this business opportunity to us in Papua New Guinea through David when he said yes to sign up at that minute to bring us this very, very massive business onto this land. And I want to thank Tony for being with us all the time. You always bring us words of wisdom, encouragement, guidance. We admire you for that. And Lynn, your time that you are giving us, and all those people out there who are listening to us this afternoon, I love you all. Let me say, I am madly in love with On-Passive, and I will always be in love with On-Passive until I die. This afternoon, I want to say thank you so much, Ash, and your family, and your staff of the office of On-Passive that they are working, and the tech team in Hyderabad, and not forgetting the technical professionals that are with us all the time. And you have done a wonderful job. Ever since you started, you have really educated us, Papua New Guineans especially, to, well, me, to pick up so many things that I have learned from you. And I just want to say thank you for all you are doing, the world leaders, to help us out. I will only say that, Ash, if only you can give us internet solution, you will have the whole of Papua New Guinea done in this business. Thank you so much for what you are doing for us to raise the humanity. The speakers that came up this afternoon, I just want to thank you, tech brothers and tech professionals. Collins, you are always hitting the nail on the head. Yes, we will be fine. We know that. Time will come, and it's here already, I know. I want to tell you all that I have been in love with On-Passive since the 6th of November, 2021, when I picked it up from our CEO. If you can recall, he said one phrase, and I will go back to that, and it says, "Come with me, piggyback on me, and let's build this business." The day when I picked it up, Lynn, I was, I just couldn't believe what I have done. Because after that, I went in and I studied. I looked at the website and I just found out what I just couldn't believe. And I'm going, okay, I've been doing other things. And Mati, I don't want to go into detail on that. But in Papua New Guinea, yes, we have been doing other things. But when I picked this one up, I found out that, okay, this is the place I'm going to be. Okay, what I'm going to say here is, I just want to acknowledge my sponsor. If you are listening, Mensa Wagun, and others that have helped us to build this business. And we are now brothers and sisters, Non-Passive, in Papua New Guinea and overseas and around the world. Wherever we are brothers and sisters, family in On-Passive. So the 9 months that I have been here in this business, I have really learned a lot, and I cannot believe what I'm hearing and seeing. It's just entirely different from what we have gone through in trying to go on to other online businesses, and it was a total failure for us in Papua New Guinea. I don't want to ponder on that, but I want to say thank you, Ash. You are the men that have been sent from God to uplift us and give us the change that we have been looking for in our lives, to be financially independent and to have that freedom of time. I have been a public servant for a long, long time, and I decided to retire because it was just too much for me to sit around, and it was, just so much waste of time to hang around and work in there. So I decided to quit, and I came out, and I've been doing my own thing. And now that I have found On Passive, I am really, really madly in love with On Passive, and I will be there until I die. I just want to make sure that I look after my grandchildren when the apples are turning green. And I want to make sure that I want to lift up my community wherever I will be living, to uplift them, because it's been a real struggle for us Papua New Guineans to uplift our people in the communities where we live. We have a lot of problems that we will look at, and I know Papua New Guineans are listening. And together we can do it. We can build our nation. We can move together, and we will bring changes into our lives, our communities, and people that we will touch in our lives. So I just want to express my thanks to Ash, that's all, and say thank you to him for sacrificing his family, his life, for us, the On Passivians. And that webinar on Thursday, really, well, for us in Papua New Guinea, we listened to him on Friday about it, and I cried, when I heard what he was saying. And I'm going, yeah, are we really going into business now? So that excitement kind of got me, and I just literally stood up and danced, and tears of joy and something like that. And I'm going, oh, it's September already, and so we'll be celebrating. So listeners, fellow founders, brothers and sisters, we are here already. And I'm glad I'm in. I doubted in the beginning, but I thank God that I went in. And the gate has opened up, and we now see good things coming to us. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Lynn. I love you all who are listening in this afternoon. I love you all as my brothers and sisters in On Passive family. God bless.
Thank you. That was simply
Back to
beautiful.
you, Lynn.
Thank you. That was beautiful, Elizabeth, from the heart.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Okay, so do we want you to interpret what you said, or shall we have someone interpret for you? What would you prefer?
I can do it myself.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Please do. Thank you.
I don't know whether we should be interpreting here, because English is very simple English we are talking with. And anyway, just for that purpose, by me time him talk, Papua New Guineans, me talk that's a lot same, me join him on passive law number 6 day, Blue November, 2021. Now this have talk where Ash has been making time number 1 video blong and me look him and me talk. Come na hangama blong backside blong me number me working this business on passive and that come up na me go. This have talk blong in even making me get up in bell blong me na concert na me join him this business. Na time me concert me looking also something here I'm not like also something where before the networking is a walk long in and I'm not like so since me find him this or this time me bring him this and now me stop coming up now. Me like him straight na me but stop and them on passive in up the dive me. And that's all me talk long and thank you long harim la. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you. It's beautiful. Appreciate you. All right, let's take it to the gallery back again and see who's here. See if there are any additional hands raised. David, can you ask if anybody has any comments or questions before we wrap up?
Yes, Papua New Guinea. Hey, no can sleep. No can sleep. Get up. Aram, you plus sleep lo one something. Minusa, you plus how much so? You plus no how much so? Suppose you know how much. But me refund the money, blue plus. Salim Tasol talk sa kam na me plus refund the money na you again.
What did you say? You got to interpret what you said because it wasn't what I said. I know. It was had a lot more life.
Hey, Lynn, I said, look, PNG, come on, wake up. I said, look, PNG, wake up. cup. If you're not happy with the business, come on, just let me know. I'll refund your money. And you can go. Hey, I'm excited.
Well, it seemed to
Hey,
have
this,
worked. It worked because we have 2 hands raised now. Good job, David. So we have another David here, David Glama. We'd love to hear from you, David. You can unmute. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead, David.
Hello, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you quite clearly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all my friends, Wantoks here in Papua New Guinea, and good morning and good night, and to everybody else in the world. I didn't say much about it because I was just blown away by what I've heard on and the other day, and also I went back again and looked at the other webinar, the recorded webinars again, and there was so much in it, and I thought, man, I made a comment a little bit earlier that we're experiencing heaven on earth already here. While living, on passive is bringing heaven to us. On passive is the pathway. It is giving us the opportunity to live heaven on earth while we are living. When we die, we will experience the other heaven. But I think to me, on passive is making us live heaven on earth. And so where am I going to go? I want to live heaven on earth, and that is true on passive. And that's, I'm so in it. And like, I think I joined just about the same time as Elizabeth joined. And so that was, and I'm in it, and I really like it. You know, when the tech pros were on and they were basically explaining things, you know, 2 main things, a couple of things that will be free, like OMail will be free and ONet will be free and OBless. And I was just looking at OMail and ONet, and when we actually invite all our friends saying that, look, there is a new email platform called OMail, where you have got different things, 10 times better, 20 times better, 50 times better, 100 times better features than the others. And if we can tell our friends that ONet is 20 times better, 50 times better, 100 times better than the others, I am quite clearly seeing that we can be able to get our friends to buy into it. So the moment they start using OMail and ONetwork, then they will be able, through that will be the highway through which they will be able to see the other products. And so I can see that OMail and ONet is like the highway through which we are going to be able to invite our friends in Papua New Guinea and elsewhere to be able to travel on this highway, so that while traveling on this highway, you can be able to see the scenery along the way and see, oh my God, this is the best scenery. There's another side I'm going to see. So I see these two as highways taking us through to see the other scenery in the on this living, I call it heaven on earth. And so I would like to think it that way. And I'm so happy. And like, I have a lot of my colleagues here and my students, and I will invite them all to travel on this highway with me, the 2 highways. And you see, because last time I told you, we in here, we use a teaching platform known as Moodle. But I can see that the platform that we are going to host, Academy, I am pretty sure that it's going to be 50 times, 10 times better, maybe 20 times better, maybe 50 times better. I don't know, but it's definitely it's going to be much, much better. And I will invite my friends and colleagues and my students and say, look, I'm on board a new highway that has been built. This expressway we need to travel. So please come on board and let's travel on this expressway together. So I think, you know, I'm so happy that at least these 2 platforms are free, and we can be able to invite other people to travel on the highway to paradise. And the paradise is already here. And I just want to say that. So thank you very much.
That was so awesome. Great. You want to interpret for yourself, David Lama, or you want somebody to talk
Yeah,
for you?
like Elizabeth has said, I think our friends, Papua New Guinean friends, I think they're all English they speak all English, but I can say,
Yeah.
I can interpret it myself.
All right.
Miplo all kata Papua New Guinea, miplo all kata all Christian man Mary. Miplo pray also miplo by golo heaven. Ting plo me ting also heaven am start now. I think heaven meeting am two place. One pla lo you me lo here. So you may stop the ground. You must experience him heaven before you may go long die na go experience him heaven. You may go pray na go lo tu na this la kind na sing na this la kind. Every Sunday you may go lo tu. And go lo even time behind but you may die. But you may read him you may go behind lo heaven. But you may like him, you may must experience him heaven now. So unpassive now, and karem me play long experience him heaven time me play stop life. And me oglo to so mi ang mastro na narabla something yang mito ko sem. Mail na hon neto I can tuplo sem highway lo experience this la heaven long ground last time. So meeting was this la highway na mi believe was mi ba asking all friends blow me lo travel this highway one time. You know government blow me walking.
Okay, I think he got frozen for a bit. Give him a couple seconds, he might come back. Okay, we'll wait for David's internet to get better. And in the meantime, let's go to Ursula Isikel. Ursula Isikel, your hand was up for quite a while. We would love to hear from you, Ursula. There we go.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello,
Hi.
Lynn.
How are you?
And hello. I'm good.
Good.
I'm excited also.
Yay.
I'm sitting outside. With behind the scene is the plants, the trees. So I'm sitting outside the house. Anyway, thank you, Lynn, for allowing me to speak. Thank you, David. Thank you, the tech team. Thank you, Mati, and thank you, Tony, and those who are behind the scene. I would say here that gratitude is already in everyone, and I'm one of them. I'm grateful that I'm a member of the Ontesivians, and I would say here that family is not always by blood, but it is sometimes those who have helped me to see the brighter side of life and help me to succeed. So I'm grateful for what I have already have, and that is I'm a founder. Anyway, I joined OnPassive in 2020 in November, and I was led by late Fred Lavaki. He was a mentor, a superb leader who led us into OnPassive. Here, I would like to say thank you to Mati Digamo for sharing OnPassive with David Bakau, who is our chief and the light to this nation. And I can't say much, but I'm really excited by listening to the webinar on Friday. It blew my mind. So there's a little phrase that I just want the team to elaborate, because in Papua New Guinea, we have so many issues with our network. And maybe some of us are looking after OnPassive members' account. And we also have some who have their account, but they are unable to go in because of issues, funds, and so forth. So the question is, I just rephrased the statement that was made by our CEO, Mr. Ash, saying that those founders who have no presence and are not engaged have no chance. We have people in Papua New Guinea who already access their Gmail, their passwords, but yet at times they don't go in to their back office. So can someone just elaborate so we can push forward whatever to our members or to the team that we are looking after. And to conclude, I'm lost for words. I'm really excited, looking forward for this September to be remembered. Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, Ursula. Thanks for
Thank you.
sharing your excitement and your passion. And many of us share that same sentiment. So thank you for speaking today. We would like to have one of our folks address her question about Mr. Mufara's statement. Who wants to take that? Maybe Bob.
I'm sorry, Lynn, what was the question again? What was the question again? Sorry.
It was the statement. It was the statement that he made. Those founders who have no presence and are not engaged have no chance. For Papua New Guineans, we have so many issues why members could not go in to their back office regularly. So what can the text say about that? Or even one of you can elaborate more on that. Thank you.
I can start on that one, Lynn, and try and answer the question.
Thank you.
And then maybe some other brothers can come in, or sisters. Ash is aware of the situation in Papua New Guinea. He knows that a lot of people don't have access to the internet, whether it's through a smartphone or computer. Ash is very, very much aware of that. So I don't think the Papua New Guinea people who are not engaged they're not doing it deliberately. They're doing it because they don't have the resources, and Ash is very much aware of that. So I don't think these people, these Papua New Guinea people that you're talking about, fall into that category that Ash is talking about. He's talking about founders who deliberately don't go into their back office. He's not talking about people who have no access to the back office. So you're in good hands. And like I said, our CEO is very much aware of that. And he's going to make, everything will be okay in that department. So I wouldn't worry about that. If somebody else wants to pipe in and help you out, that'd be great. Thanks.
Thank you, Tony.
Tony, I'll just add on to that. Yes. That's correct. Ash, when he made that statement on Friday morning in Papua New Guinea, it's basically referring to people who deliberately are not getting themselves engaged. With Papua New Guinea, we have a lot of issues. Most of our people also are in the rural areas where they can't access internet. They very much would like to join the meetings, but they couldn't because of internet accessibility. So one statement Ash made a while back, he said, nobody will be left behind. All our founders, every founder will be brought along, So Ursula, don't worry about that. Be at peace. As Tony has said, Papua New Guinea is in Ash's mind and heart. So we are good. We are good. Don't deliberately stay away. Just find yourself to get engaged. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to add as well, David, and that's a great point, is the fact that once we go into activation, all these people that don't have access, once they get access to someone's computer and activate their accounts, Ash will know that they are very much involved. You see what I'm saying? So there's always going to be some sort of proof, whether you're not engaged or engaged, right? Okay, so I just thought I'd throw that in there. Thank you, Lynn. Back to you.
Thank you. Back to David, if you would like to interpret a bit.
Yes, thank you, Lynn. In fact, at the back of me, I have a group of people here sitting and listening. And most of them are in the rural places that we don't get much internet, but because I'm here in the village, so it's the opportunity and that's the privilege to join me every time to listen to the webinars. And they're getting first-hand information right now. So they're happy, they're excited. Papua New Guinea, osem esla ask him sila question ya. Long statement, long S CEO Bloyumi long Friday and been talk. Disla emi talk osem usait online olino come inside na take part long all meetings, but take part inside long back office or go inside long back office na staff osem activated member and by osem not bring him all come one time but this lot talk and make him no mean no sem lo yumi yumi lo Papua New Guinea plenty lo yumi yumi no got access lo internet or yumi no got way long connect one time internet because yumi stop lo all place where no got network or sem na yumi hard long go inside but bel lo yumi like go inside as well yumi no not go inside because yumi no got network or sem na talk this la statement Tony kam talk long talk statement there make me long online where only got internet connection but all the less long come inside also line to sol some SME talk long or COE make him statement long but you me long Papua New Guinea you me not can worry because you me stop inside long bell blow S Mufara so time you me come long activate him account you me now na you me start lo buy also package fee now display time by as by look sales all the man only take part or set me active now set active so you can stop on them balancing and no can thinking plenty. Thank you. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you, David. That was great. Let's now move on to Arnold Lakamanga. How are you, Arnold? You can unmute.
Yep. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, the Tech Pros and our international visitors who are listening in on our webinar. Let me start off by borrowing what I think it is Oliver who said that as created this business for us and not for himself. It is something. It is a statement that maybe has to penetrate my heart and maybe also my members, and it is also a challenge to us. I mean, you have someone here who have created a business, and it's for helping some other people and not him, using his own resources. Who in the right mind will start up a business and have it all thrown to another person? That is something that I think it's something we cannot comprehend, and we should be very grateful towards us. And Oliver further stated that, for this, we owe it to us. Whatever we do now and whatever we do in future, we owe it to us. He has a vision. He wants to change humanity. He wants to change the earth, basically. And that is something that, if we owe it to him, we must try and do the same. We must try and have the same vision, replicate that vision that he has. On Friday, PNG time on Friday morning, it was the first time that I had came and gave some kind of a timeline on the events that's happening, or what's happening. Now, I started this journey and I call on Passive my life now since 10th of October 2020. And that was the first time I gave some kind of a timeline. And that proves something, that shows something. That to me is saying that something is ripe and it is ready for harvest. Milak Tok long something where Oliver, I'm now translating into Pidgin. I have a question at the end of this. Sorry. Milak Tok long plahap tok Oliver bin Tok also has been credits la business and studies la business law sampla or not man blong taso. Na new what talk no. When a man you've been sabe before, the life below you, it can come now. It's starting the business na losing long, not low line. No one implement. So the client person and as he give me plan, oim lang, mipla must time the behind painting blank and vision blank. And that vision will changing earth, changing humanity, changing life, but also physically, the earth and Israel, mipla quality man come up, also man close to by me die too, so mipla must change him something by giving back life lang, also go the create him lang. Long last Friday, Harim Eskan, I gave him first time too, and we've been solo on passive or webinar since 10th of October 2020. We've been joining. We had him and come and give him some kind of timeline. You know, I mean, I give him timeline before webinars long, and first time I'm giving. I'm sure must have something any ready now. Close to him ready now, and by go inside long. Where a company by launching some of the products. So also now I'm giving a timeline. I am also a fairly spiritual person, as Mari has said, that God, or was it Tony or Mari? God has seen the hearts of those who have become founders. And that is probably why amongst all these billions of us, only a few, 1.4, were directed towards joining on party. So being spiritual, I strongly believe that maybe my calling towards on party was by another force. So Mipla all spiritual or man very long PNG Misabe. Now Mipla come inside and Mipla join on passive and also maybe midnight been come inside maybe God and we look him inside long level pana luosem. Mipla can man was by enough to have to monarch behind was and I am pulling la come inside and join him on passive. With saying that, I have a question. I regularly go into blog on the onpassive.net website, and I have seen some things in blogs which we have not been told about or have been exposed to in other webinars. There's something quite different. For example, there was a blog on metaverse, and last night, as I was going through to verify some, that's another issue too. Maybe you guys can verify on the authenticity of the press release from Dubai by Khalid's Times. So I was going to, and I saw in the Times a metaverse, and Dubai is launching its first metaverse shopping center. The blog also has an article on metaverse. Now, is there some kind of relationship with what comes in the blog and what OnPassive's general trend is towards future products? That is my question. Or am I just miscomprehending this? Yeah, Lynn, so.
Bob or Collins, Tony, Oliver.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question, Lynn. Sorry, Arnold, were you talking about the blog?
Yeah. There's some things in blogs which have not been stated by anyone in any of our webinars, or even us haven't stated anything about it. And one of the things that appeared was on metaverse. Does that mean that these are kind of things that we could be seeing happening within OnPassive? I don't know.
Yeah, as we move forward, we're always going to start to see some new things popping up either on the blog or the webpage. You know, our blog gives us a lot of information about OnPassive and the products, but it's always updated on a consistent basis. So what we're seeing right now is just the beginning of something that's going to expand as time progresses, Arnold. That's the only answer I have for you with the blog. I've looked at the blog a few times. It's beautiful. There's a lot of information on it. There's also a lot of information on our website as well. But the blog is always updated on a consistent basis. Yes. The only thing that's not updated on a consistent basis is a website. A website and a blog are two different things. Blogs are constantly, they're constantly putting more things on the blog, like content and videos, and what blogs are always constantly being revamped on a consistent basis, and that's the difference between a blog and a website. So as we move forward, we're going to see some more things on the blog moving forward. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think Oliver is unmuted. I think he was going to say something. Oliver, were you?
Yeah, let me just add what Tony said. He nailed it also. Yeah, remember the CEO told us that we have to know just 1%, and that 1%, I think we should wait. A metaverse is something that is huge. It's another side of IT that is huge. So we should wait when he comes and explain to us or break it down to us. Then we're not like it's a technical side of IT also that we don't want to tamper into it when he has not really said anything about it. I think we should just be patient and wait for him to come and explain to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Oliver. Who would like to interpret or at least paraphrase what was said by Tony and Oliver?
I can do it myself.
Thank you.
Plain. Mr. go inside long or blog inside long go through long onpassive.net website long plenty something already been put inside there and some CEO now or Tech Pro now not like this at talk so it no some good this was something only saw him install all blog and something OnPassive long tram on building long behind when the no sabe now no talk. So what Tony Oliver talk I must plant something and company working with plan or clear to mass 1% loan passive in the side, plant something all working plan side. But thank you.
Thank you. Okay, now we go to Mary Carroll. How are you, Mary? Good to have you here. You can unmute.
Good afternoon, Lynn.
Good
I
afternoon.
guess you can hear me. Okay, great. Firstly, please allow me to say a pleasant good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each and every one of you, including yourself, John Barilla, and our tech teams, Colin, Bob Takusi, and Oliver Fonte, and our very own godfather, Marty DeGamo and Tony Monk, and many of our friends, brothers and sisters from all over the world. Thank you for having that consistent interest in coming to our country webinars. And I'd like to give a special welcome to David Bakau and to wish each and every father on the O-Founder network a very happy and blessed Father's Day. In Papua New Guinea, we're coming to the end of the day, so it's not too late. With those words, I just want to say how on Thursday, which was Friday morning our time, but on Thursday, we had a Papua New Guinea, our own webinar. And I reminded our participants that Ash coming on tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. our time, would mean that he's going to be making announcements, but, excuse me, for us not to expect anything, to come with an open mind, because the journey since I joined 25th of September to 2020, very memorable, meaningful. For me, I've learned to be patient and also a little bit, tiny bit about IT. You know, things like creating our Gmails and then going into our back office, learning about what's happening and trying to keep up with every event. And definitely when it came to Friday and the timeline was given by Ash, it was very, very exciting and heartwarming to know that we've almost crossed over the line. So yes, definitely he's taken us to the top, and he's taking us to another top, another level. Thank you so much, Ash Mupare, for your heart and your family's heart. Thank you, and a big shout out to all your highly qualified technical experts that are helping you. You know, there is so much work to be done, and you've done it, and you continue to do it. And it is mind-blowing to think that, well, we're actually nearing the part where we will see the apples fall. But for someone like me, I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what do I do when the company opens to the public? You know, they're talking about domain name, they're talking about website. I don't even know anything about that. So maybe the tech teams can help out on that end. But on the way, when I said I've learned a little bit about IT, I just want to say thank you to our own in-house tech savvy people like David Bakau, people like Daniel Sani, Eman Dosal, and every now and then engineer Mike Ojong Tambia, and the list goes on. But the appreciation, the friendship that we have shown, the sisterly and brotherly neighborhood we've created is so, so beautiful. I just want to acknowledge God's presence in all this, in Ash Mupare and his team and his family, and to all of us. And I agree with Arnold Nakamanga that many of us are spiritual, and where we found it difficult to imagine that we had nothing left or no legacy to leave our families, On Passive came along. So there I'd like to thank David Bakau for his connection with Mati Digamo, for bringing Papua New Guinea to the world, where all of you, including Ash Mupare, have recognized that, yep, we are not up there. I don't want to say we're a third world country, but we won't be anymore. When On Passive comes to Papua New Guinea, we'll be a little bit above that level. And the things that he mentioned on Friday in his webinar, things like minimizing crime, conquering poverty, global population will be better educated. I thought of our young people here in Papua New Guinea and those opportunities that will be made available to them. And I guess for ourselves and our families, financial freedom and time freedom is a glorious thing for us. On top of that, we have products like OBless, OMail, ONet for free, for life. You know, it's just too much. But then that is coming from Ash Mufari, someone who's on a mission, who had been on a mission, and now accomplishing that mission. And when he has a son like Omar, who says, "Dad, why can't On Passive build an?" I would never imagine an 8-year-old child coming up with that sort of idea. But I am grateful to God that it is people like Omar that will carry on the legacies of his father and to give that continuous opportunity to the people of the world. And I think that's about it. Lynn, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Mary. That was beautiful. Appreciate you. Would you like to interpret for yourself, or you want somebody to interpret for you?
Could I ask Mr. Bakau to do that for me, please?
Sure. David Bakau, would you be willing?
Yes, Mary, thank you for that. Iplara Mary, kami share him. Sampla good pla tok. Good pla tok kami share him na. Encourage him ipla gata. Mary joined long 2020. Emi join lo 2020. This la time emi join na. Emi enjoy him this la. Walk about one time on Pacific come. Emi talk no sawe long plenty something. Legally something now I'm long pick him up lo side long technical side long internet na lanimol something lo computer em. This la walk about one time on passive and help him long look sawe now. Now I'm pick him up. And big pla thank you blang em go long CEO blo imi long Ash Mufara long give him this la kind business ikam lo yumi na mati digamo long introduce him come long me lo PNG na now you me got the PNG me come inside. So I'm talk thank you blong em lo disla na emi come na emi talk long osem you me come long Papua New Guinea now osem em same lo talk osem you me stop osem lo tedo la tasol time on passive emi launch. I think by bringing you me come out lo disla name tag also talk Yumi Ted Wall, yeah, and by bringing Yumi come on top lig na. By me, osem close to long first world or kind of same. First world or second world or now Yumi stop lo third world, so I'm right. On passive by kissing Yumi come on top na putting Yumi lo the slam mark one kind of same or narpla line stop long em. So I'm big la hamamas long em, na I'm talk thank you lo the sla. Na I'm talk long time SME. Emi tok long Friday or Friday morning time lo imi Thursday long time long all emi tok lo disla kind all imi sa harem corruption na on passive em come em by crime long down him disla passing long corruption imi English em corruption na time imi tok lo pidgin em hard lo explain him tasol corruption em all money no sa okeng good lo passing thinking lol sa bagarap long bagarap si down. So I'm on passive and by come and by trying long rousing this lab corruption down him or some you talk English or talk poverty or some now you talk triangle line no got something. So corruption on passive and by trying long and by rousing this la and by down him this la passing lo poverty passing long inogat na turanguya at least by you me olkata by come up lo sambla group lo mak lik na bayi mi start long help him okata man meri. So SME tok lo desla. So big pla all something emi tok before SME no say give him timeline. Before tok long no say give him timeline long one time by launch, one time by desla kaina. But long Friday morning, I'm come inside, I'm give him this la talk long some timeline, I'm some plant long play time now. Sample week that's all. I'm not talk long moon two and talk sample weeks that's all now by you me looking all one me apple by put down law DY come down. So awesome na you me can start barely see. So appreciation law Mary and me come awesome. Thank you. Back to you, Lynn.
Thank you, David.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary and David. We can now go to Tony Ma. Oh, unmute, please. Okay,
Lynn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and take David Glamma first, and I'll come in after him.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, David Glamma.
Thank you, Lynn. I was on earlier, and I was actually booted out.
Oh, my.
Because,
well, I'm glad you got
of,
back in.
we had a power failure here, so we have most of the time in PNG we have this electricity problem.
Yes.
So I was just completely cut off. So when the power came on, I decided I tried my very best to get back on again, and I'm on again.
Good for you.
Thank you. I just have one question. I think I would like the OTech Pro people to, kind of explain a little bit, because I am very, very excited. I'm over the moon. I am in cloud 9. When they basically said that all of us, 1.4 million people, the co-founders, we will have our own website. Look, I have never had a website of my own in my entire life. And if I am going to have my website, man, what is this? This is not, it's not bronze, it's not gold, it's not silver, it's diamond, maybe something beyond diamond. Now, I want the Protect team to explain to me what it means, what it really means for me to have my own website. What does it mean? Thank you.
Thank you. That's a great question, and I think we'll all benefit from the answer. So we'll take it to Bob Collins or Oliver, please.
Let me answer it, and then Bob Oliver can come in. So if we remember what our CEO said, he said, OnPassive is there to promote your business. So that will build a business for you. And building a business, what does that mean? We're talking about we want presence to the internet space. OnPassive, if we look at OnPassive, it's an IT technology company building software solution and services, both physical and digital products. But where do you have to sell that product? You can sell it both in physical shop or you sell it in virtual shop. We're talking about virtual mall. So if you look at the strategy of Mr. Ash Mofara compared to other companies where they have just one website and everybody goes there and buys stuff, he is there, but what he wants to do is to flip it upside down by promoting 1.4 million founders and even resellers. So he takes the product, right? Build the website for each and every one of us, host it on a domain, right? And then put all those products there, be it O-Connect, O-Mail, whatever you can think of, O-Mart, O-Commerce, and all of those products, sell it on our site. So what is happening here is Mr. Ashofara is promoting us by putting those products so nobody can come to OnPassive. OnPassive is like in the middle, and we are like clones. So we've cloned OnPassive. OnPassive is building, putting on all these sites. All of us are the site of OnPassive. And then where will customer go? They come to all of those sites, buy the products from all of those sites. So it's a good way and a good strategy, you know, where we can penetrate any market in this world. So there is no way you can, when Mr. Francis make that statement that you cannot shut OnPassive down, it's because you cannot shut 1.4 million founders because the website is running. And again, not only that, dynamically changing every day, your website, you have a brand new website. And if they shut you down, what will happen? The system will automatically put a new IP address and shoot you again out there within a second. That's something that's never, ever been done. So there is no way they can shut OnPassive. So that's when they say they have built a business for you. Ms. Ashmore have built a business, put all those virtual malls. One particular product we know is a multi-billion-dollar company. We know that. So if we have 20 to 30 products within our OnPassive ecosystem, it means you have what? You have about 20 to 30 multi-billion-dollar company in one platform with a single sign-on in your domain, your website. That is just crazy. If you can just think about what I've just said now, you can't even sleep. It is difficult to even think about it. So I'll leave it there. I don't know if I answer your question, but that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just, I think Collins got it all correct perfectly. But maybe I can just add a couple of words to our brother, Mr. David. You know, like Collins said, Mr. Mufara is doing something that has never been done before. He's branding us. Each and every single founder is an independent entity, right? So he's branding each and every one of us, giving us our own domain and our website that runs on our domain. Now on that website, all the products that you have on OnPassive are going to be sold on your website. And then he's sending the traffic. Remember that Ash Mufara is a master marketer. That's how he made his money. He made his money by driving traffic, sending customers to businesses. So he's branding each and every one of us. We all have our website, our digital identity, our digital space, your location. You see, remember the key is your location. For every business is your location. So he gives us our digital location online, puts the product there. That's the automation. Puts the products on our website, and then he's driving traffic. That is a huge deal. That has never been done before. You know, everything is done for you. Plug and play, all done for you, hands-free. You know, when you activate your account, upon that activation, then you choose your domain and all that, whatever the name is. That's it. The system takes it over. They load your website, all the products of OnPassive. So imagine that link 67 that we just saw. That's, you know, it's by the time they are done, it's going to be better. Just imagine the beauty that you see on these websites that are coming out on Mondays and Thursdays. Very soon it's going to be daily. And then when we go live, it changes, like Colin said, it changes every day. And my website is different from your website. Your website is different from Colin's website, from Tony's website. They're all different, you know. So just imagine what we are seeing. And that is yours. That is your website with all these products running there for you. It is a big deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that's pretty mind-blowing information. So we want to have it interpreted. William Tondapan, do you want to try interpreting? William?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, all right. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone who's gone before me. I'll try and interpret it. Okay, so one question Emi brother ask him. Now Emi ask him this question was On passive member working this business na give him lomipla. Na talk. Enough people talk to this and explain him this la. And one can explain him this la lomipla. So Collins want Bob Takusi to play back him na to play explaining na to play tokosem. To play talk. On passive and working this pla business. Usually all business where now is taplongan. Business em sa sana plohap na. All months ago na. All months ago na. Also we go kissing more products law. This la one pla business or one pla business yeah. One pla business and working na working more products plongan na selling. So got a months ago law this la one pla website law this la company yeah. Now also we buy all this la product. I'm kind of some all this pla Zoom now me pla talk plongan now. Facebook, na Instagram, na all this like. Me play by go long hap na one plug of bime. That's all. On passive, me turn him display go up. Anta pikam tamlo. I'm turn him upside down. I'm kirap toko sem no god. Me walk him this like company. Now me ba put him. Me ba stop in salo namel. Now sekola. Me yet ba me stop lo namel. Ba me cook him kake na give him lo you. You sell him lo hap. Me stop lo namel. Me give him lo you. You sell him lo hap. Okay, the counter lo business ya all is stop. Osem sekol. You na me, or get a website no me play and walk him, put him or get a product to go inside. Now walk him or get a counter blow me play ready him now and sale. So time him sale now. Or get a customer become all counters blow me play all founders yeah. The website blow me play all founders yeah. Now all become na buy more get a products. Open up come low on passive M yet. On passive you got all counter and business long stuff. You na me 1.4 million all founders here and business blow player. On passive and work him on website here. Put him get the products go inside. Now and put him you go pass long hub now and put him you go pass lots the ground. Now all line man Mary plus the ground overlook him you. On passive and promote him you and business here. So just play me to play brother to play tram explaining. Lo back him this play ask him where brother walk him now along. So we hope that we can clear him some thinking. Thank you. Thank you, Auntie Lynn. I'm sending it back to you.
Thank you, William. Appreciate it. All right. Hopefully that answered your question.
Just real quick, Auntie Lynn.
Sure.
I think when was it Mary Carol spoke, she said something in reference to she doesn't know anything, she doesn't understand IT or how they're going to do. Just to let them know that you don't need to know anything. You know, you don't have to know anything. When the time comes, when we begin the activation and the things that we need to do to get ourselves connected, we will come back. We'll come back, we'll have sessions where we'll come and we'll explain to the people of Papua New Guinea and around the company of how you do your activation and you select your domain and all that. We're going to have sessions like this where we'll come and explain. So she should not be worried. And secondly, she doesn't need to know anything. The system is automated. It works for you. The system is designed. That's why it's taking a little bit of time. It's going to be a very simple system to use to manipulate. That's why it takes time, a little bit of time to build. But they should not worry. There's nothing that we need to do. It's automated. It works. The system is plug and play. It works for you. So I just wanted to, because I remember hearing Miss Mary Carroll having a little bit of apprehension of not knowing exactly what to do and stuff like that. No, we shouldn't worry. Everybody's going to be fine.
Thank you so much. That's good clarification and also reassurance. William, did you want to interpret that, please?
Okay. Okay, Bob Takusi, I may just come inside and I may walk him some more clear explanation or some clear and big because law one plus ask him or one thinking where Mary Carroll had been go past long law and been ask him big or some lo side lo business by so me no clearly click on bien by explaining me all side lo business or kind of some bob takusi emi talking me clear and talk some please you plan no can thinking plenty display business here on passive and by working display business on passive by working na by give him lo you time I'm asking you long display or domain name yeah. Once you give them domain name, or get a display web page and working penis na stop here, and by put him name play you on top of the display, and by put him over the product you go inside, na and put him come inside long computer na and sale. You no need lo working on plus something lo display. So you know can thinking plenty because you by not making one plus something. Good plus something, and now you can read, you can look him. Now understand him, try to understand one animal product or kind of same, you can go and tell a back office plan, and you can try to read, now you can understand. But lo side lo walk him this lab business, now walk him all this lab web page, now put him all product, you go inside, now sell him, now kiss him all customer come inside, all get that display walk here, and me plan on the blow walk him. So you know can think plenty lo display. Suppose you got something to explain him. And Bob Takusi told us, by that time, all back can explain him like you mean. So you make some good, clear thinking. But this time now, no can worry too much with this plan. I'm talking. Thank you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you, William. Appreciate it. Okay, now we go to Freddie Benguma. Hi, Freddie.
Hi, Lynn. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello.
Yes, yes.
I wanted to ask a question in relation to what David asked, how the AI directs traffic to the website. I know it's a very technical question. And Bob Taguchi mentioned that we should not be worried about all those technical issues. All that we were told in the beginning before we joined this business was to come in it to win it. That's what I'm trying to say to Papua New Guineans. When we promoted the business, we mentioned it to our people that you don't need to know IT, you don't need to know any technical stuff. All that you do is you just come in. So long as you are in it, you will win it. So by hearing what Bob Taguchi mentioned and also interpreted by William Todoban, I think what I was trying to say was mentioned. In PNG, our people, they ask a lot of questions that we don't know computer. We don't, how can we, actively participate in this business? Els has made it very clear to us. We don't need to know anything. And what we need to know, how we can be able to activate our accounts and come in as resellers and all these other things will come later. The system is designed to take care of itself. It's fully automated. And we are required to just engage, get in and out of our back office, and at least have basic understanding. We should not be really worried about those technical issues in detail. Thank you. That's all I have.
So you have a question about driving of traffic, correct?
Yes.
How is traffic driven?
That was the question that I put it on the chat, but
oh, sure. I'm sure they can
John
help
wanted
you.
me to step in and ask.
I think Bob already answered it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think the answer was clear that it's just technical. They don't need to know anything because it will come.
Okay.
It's a little bit technical. How will traffic be driven by AI? First, the system is automated, as Bob said. You don't need to know all of these things because it's more technical, because AI has something to do. But when the system is automated, AI will take place. AI is just code and data. There's just nothing about that. It's just code and data. But you can feed in code, you can feed in data. If you don't automate it, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen. It's like you push a robot, make a robot to behave like human being, but you need to automate it, make it to work like human being. That automation is the big part of our solution because it's hands-free. You know, it's hands-free. So like Bob said, you don't need to know all of this. It will come organically. It will come because it's designed to do all of those things. So I like, just go back to what Freddie said. You know, when you look at on-passive, the reason why we came in, and Maddie already said it, we came in trying to explain because people were confused between on-passive and other businesses they have done, like all this multi-level and stuff like that. So we're just coming in to explain that this is an IT company that is just there to build software solutions and services, both digital and physical products. It's nothing to do with whatever you've done in the past. And it takes time to come to where we are today. We know it's a long journey. From the day I joined on-passive, I know it's not one-day job, it's not two-day job. It's something that takes years upon years. And thank God, Mr. Ashmufara brought this to light within, which I'm saying just 2 years or 2.5 years, because I don't want to talk about 2018. It was just the idea. 2019 was just when they were thinking about other stuff. It kicked off really 2020. So if you look at all what we have now, physical and especially digital product, one of the product takes 4 years, 5 years to build, you know, but because of the number of engineers, and it's not cheap. One engineer costs a lot of money to even like first line support, like in UK, first line support, which is just the first line of IT, it's about £28,000 a year to pay one of them, and you need about 30 of them sitting there. Then talk about when you go into the top level. It's not cheap. And we're talking about thousands of engineers in Hyderabad, from managers to directors to a success department. It's just crazy. Buying all of those laptops, you know, some of the laptop they use, it's not cheap. Like to build software, I would say the laptop I use is £6,000. Mine broke last year. I have to supply new one immediately, £6,000 a laptop. And then you have to use about 3 or 4, some of them is 4 desktop. And it's just crazy when you think about the money just to set up what we have in Hyderabad. It's not cheap. It's not cheap. My brothers here will bear with me. They'll tell you it is not cheap because you need the best computer to build a software. You need everything must be top. If not, forget it. So it takes time. What Mr. Ashford have just done is just mind-blowing. If you want to look deep into it, it is not cheap. So I'll just leave it there, Lynn.
Thank you. No, that was great, Collins. Let's allow William upon the time to interpret now. Please go ahead, William.
Thank you, Lynn. Oh, okay, want to ask him where he come along. Now, Brother Colin, let me come touch him again. Let me explain again. Now, let me talk to some. You may not need true law survey long or something or technical something long how this AI by kissing all customers na come put him go into a website yeah. And so me plus story lo this la and go into a technical side there. So I'm talking some all this plus something yeah. You may must trust him. Company by working on passive by working. On passive and put him technology go inside long handle him all get that something by go outside kiss him all customer na sell him come go and sell a website play you now all customer by look him one of something all product is up and sell a website play you now all buy him. Okay, now all buy him now side by handle him money all get that something and may come up with a machine working penis I mean this talk automation yeah and talk some so let me give him what talk picture and talk some please you may must look survey and talk you may must look survey display office display production center west of Hyderabad survey employing plenty man up to about 1,000 workman and stop inside then talk you play thing him okay that is like workman stop here only got organization long only stop bossman local sections here now okay the computer experts blow 1111 or click something here all sit down inside now work in this work. Now, one computer or local use him, work him all this work here. And it cost him big money. I'm giving up like example and focus on laptop long I'm cost him about £6,000. Now I'm talk. One man I'm sit down there. Only can you got 2 or 3 or 4 pla laptop or machine only can sit down and work him the slow work. Now suppose you think him, 1 pla man, 2 pla, 10 pla, 100 too, and more all workman is stuff. All get this pla line here, all work him this plus something now is stuff. Suppose me plug a story long inside work long all. I'm not plus something or get that. And by me plus it on the year, I think run back down. So I'm talk this plus side, you may lose him on them company. You may must trust him that company and me by work him this work, give him you this business, go find him customer, sell him come buy him product. Not this or some story me been working past them long and so me talk or some so you may must got this trust. You may not can try and go backside now, try and find him out how or something come up because suppose you ask him a question and I need more time to sit down and explain and talk to a lot technical something. So thank you, Antelin.
Thank you very much. I noticed your hand was up, so I wondered if you had a question or comment yourself.
Oh yes, thank you.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Can you click again to unmute? Sorry about that.
Yeah, thank you, Lynn. I had a comment, some remarks. So I'd just like to add on to the comments that was made by some of our PNG founders. The topic, rising to the new top. So rising to the new top, man. When the first top was mentioned, we had a lot of, thinking, what top was it going to be? Was it a physical top or is it a momentum, a top of adding values on top of each other and then coming to a top or I did not have any clue that OnPassive was going to buy those 2 offices on the Burj Khalifa. And our CEO has thought about it all and done. And I think what I'm trying to say here is when he's saying, when he's saying rising to the new top, that gives me some kind of, what new top is it going to be? Is it a adding value top, a momentum top, or is it going to be a physical top? So apart from all that has been mentioned here, which is great and really, really great, I think there's a surprise in here for us. So I'd just like to mention that, and not to think that our CEO is not capable of pulling out another surprise. So,
and as you say, is it this physical? Is it conceptual? And I think it's multifaceted. This company
correct.
is grow and expand in many different arenas and in different aspects, which makes it very exciting.
That's right. So it's amazing. It's amazing. It just puts me into a new anticipation mode and then excitement to see, and over the next few weeks, what is that new top going to be? Aren't you excited? I am really excited.
Beyond excited. So if you don't mind, if you would just paraphrase what you said, and then we're going to go to Tony Monk, who'll be our last speaker, and then we're going to wrap up. Thank you, William.
Yes, okay. Me welcome liklik up tok ya. Me tokosem. Sample time me go finish. CEO blum plugin tokosem bumpla go long top. Where yaw blue by parrot. Where your ears will pop and bin tokosem ya. Now plenty lo me plugin thing. Hey, most of one. So me plugin work lo wonder one can top. I'm all work one pla piling all value the product pa piling go on top na work am top or am sample kan ting or one am now am work lo talk of some one kind talk new pla top. So first pla top me pla go lo Burj Khalifa. Usat pin savio sem pla on passive by kisim two pla office lo Burj Khalifa ya. Man recorder. No got one pla company lo das pla ground emisa make him all papa blong despla Burj Khalifa only trust him now only talk all right long on passive lo kiss him despla tupla floor lo Burj Khalifa. Ono say give him lo man nothing. Despla man and me give him lo on passive. Despla emi stamp of confidence where kind man osem despla papa blong Burj Khalifa give him lo on passive. So you na me plan must got despla confidence. So now I'm talk new top. Despla new top I'm on him. For next few weeks, maybe moon, bon pla look him, and meaning one him. CEO blowing pla and one plaka and man. You may wait now, you may look him. Thank you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you, William. Appreciate you. All right, we take it now to Tony, who's going to be our last speaker, and then we're going to wrap it up. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, it's becoming 3 o'clock in the morning for some of you guys out there. Thank you so much, Lynn. I'll try to make it as quickly as possible here. What a great webinar. I think this is one of the best PNG webinars I've been on in a long time. I wanted to talk about what Ash said the other day, which was something very important. He did say to all of us, he said, you know, every now and again, when you do have a webinar, please acknowledge, try and acknowledge the high-tech professionals in Hyderabad, India. So I wanted to take this opportunity to speak on behalf of all the founders here on this webinar and the founders of On Passive Period. And I'm speaking to all the ladies and gentlemen in Hyderabad, India, all you tech pros that have been putting this company together for us. Thank you from the bottom of our heart for everything that you've been doing. Ash also said that a lot of these people that are putting these products together for us have more passion and love for the company than most of the founders do. And I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about founders that are not as engaged as we are. But from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for everything that you've been doing for us. And thank you for continuing to create more innovative products moving forward into the future. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you. Thank you, Len. Back to you.
Thank you. That was a very important thing to acknowledge. So let's take it to the gallery and let's clap our hands and put thumbs up or whatever you want to do, wave, just to acknowledge our thanks and gratefulness to the tech team in Hyderabad and for all the staff there.
Thank you. Thank you, Hyderabad.
I unmute all of you for a second so you can all unmute and say thank you. You can unmute.
Thank you, Hyderabad. Thank you so much for everything you
Thank you,
did.
Hyderabad. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you to
Thank
all
you,
the
Hyderabad.
USA
Thank you,
QMQ Hyderabad team.
Thank you
to all
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. So much, Hyderabad.
Thank you, PNG was amazing.
So we do hope that Mr. Bafara will listen to the recording and hear our heartfelt thanks from everyone here. I'm sure he'll probably listen to the recording. Thank you very much. All right, so at this time is we're gonna do our thanks, and then we're gonna have an extended period of time for you to all say goodbye to each other. And I'll try to spotlight you, turn your videos on. As long as your background is appropriate, I'll try to spotlight everyone whose video is on, and we can say bye to each other. So I want to thank, first of all, Mr. Marty DeGarmo. He was here to speak, and he was certainly on fire when he spoke with us today. And he takes the time to open up this corporate funded webinar, you know, so that we can live stream and recorded it onto 20 channels. Thank you to David Bacall, because he's the host of this webinar. Thank you to Tony Monk, who is our contributor today. Appreciate you. Thank you to the OTech pros who are a regular staple here. We had Bob, Collins, and Oliver provide a lot of information for us. We thank you very much. Thank you to John Barilla. I want to let him unmute and acknowledge who was helping today. Go ahead and speak, John Barilla. If you're here, are you here? Go ahead and speak, John.
I think Bruce was in the chat for a while, and on YouTube. Whoops. I think Bruce was in the chat for a while. And let's see, there was Dave Brzezowski, there was M. Kaylee, Yin Yang, Rob, gonna get Rob's last name. Just a whole list of folks. They know who they are, and I'm saying thank you very much for helping me tonight.
Thank you, John. Thanks for coordinating them. Appreciate you.
Thank you very much for helping me
There's a
tonight.
huge echo on your side. You have two devices on probably. All right. And we also want to thank the ladies who make our graphics. It's a beautiful Zoom background. So I know I appreciate it. I hope you do. I love the colors. I like the design. And the two ladies who are doing our PNG graphics are June Buckingham and Mara Aquino. They're usually here. I mean, at least I know Myra tries her best to be here, but she's not available today. But her heart is with us and June's heart is with us, but they did a great job to me in this Zoom background. It's beautiful. So we want to thank them because they do week in and week out for us. They have such a heart for us. And I think that's it. And the people who promote this webinar, thank you very much. Those who share my post, I post in the various social media groups, and there are people that share my posts. In particular, Sampat Patel did a good job. He shared in 37 Facebook groups. That's a lot of sharing. So appreciate Sampat and his crew because he really helps us promote various webinars. I also want to thank those who maybe not sharing 37 times, but they're sharing, and they're sharing with family, friends, colleagues, etc. All of that makes a big difference in making this webinar as well attended as it is. I see a consistently good attendance in this webinar. So thank you to the promoters. I also want to thank the people who are attending today because you're important. I know that I say that this is a webinar for PNG, so therefore you don't have a chance to speak. And I appreciate that you stay anyway and that you're here to support the PNG folks morally. You know what I mean? You're there, you're giving a lot of moral support. So I appreciate you so much, more than words can say. I see Lucy Duba here. You want to say a few words, Lucy?
I just want to say thank you to you, Lynn.
Oh, you're very
You said thank you to everyone, so I wanted.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to you.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you. I love being here. I look forward to coming every Sunday. It's special. And I personally get so much out of it. I can't tell you. I get more blessings than anything else. So thank you so much. All right, we're going to take it now to the, oh wait, David, did you want to say any final words before we go? David Bacau?
Lynn, thank you very much to you. Thank you. And thank you everyone for showing up, especially our OTech Pro team and my brother Marty, as you have already thanked. I just want to emphasize that you all are important to us. Thank you for coming all the time and helping us here, and we really appreciate you. And thank you, Papua New Guinea.
Thank you. It was a great webinar. I really felt like the questions and comments were really high quality. I felt like it was a special webinar. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I thought it was exceptional today. So thank you all. I'm going to now unmute everybody. I think everybody's unmuted already, but I'm asking everyone to unmute and we'll say bye. Turn on your videos if you want to be seen on camera. Enjoy the goodbyes. Have fun.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Tasty Seven Burger.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Company on Bastard helped also.
Thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you, David Mikhail. Thank you, Papua New Guinea.
Benny, are you still in?
Bye, Brigitte.
Wonderful day. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Hi, PNG. Thank you for a great webinar.
Thank you for being here.
Awesome.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Dr. Benny.
Dr. Benny.
Dr. Benny.
Guys.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye, Arnold.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you very
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Great job, guys.
Bye, Elizabeth.
Elizabeth.
Bye, Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth.
Dr. Denny, I love you.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Bye,
I
Gian.
love you too.
Bye, Omasi.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.
See you.
Bye, William.
Thank you.
Bye now.
Bye, family.
Thank you, John Barella.
Bye.
Oh,
Bye bye.
you too. Bye bye.
Bye, Rob.
Bye.
Still here?
Take
Bye,
it easy,
Marcy.
everybody.
Hello.
Oh, I love that
Thank
head
you.
tie.
Bye,
I love
Colin
that
G
head
is the
tie.
best.
Bye.
Oh, that's me again. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye.
Bye, Marty, if you're still there.
Bye.
All right.
Have a good night. Or a
Uh,
good day.
John, are you
Okay.
Or
still
whatever
here?
it is.
Bye, John.
Thank you, John.
Bye, John
Thank you.
Barilla.
Bye. Bye to you too.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bye, Lynn. Bye,
Good
Marty.
afternoon.
Bye, Dave.
Good afternoon.
Thank
Hey.
you, Lynn.
Karen. Bye,
Bye-bye.
Karen.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
Hello.
Great to see you all. Bye,
Bye.
PNG.
See you.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Have a
Hello.
great one.
See you next week.
Yes, thank you.
You
Thank
sure
you.
will. You sure will.
Hello. Hello.
Okay. Bye 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 bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Uncle Sivian.
Thank you. Thank
Love
you.
you
Thank you.
all.
Bye.
Bye. Let's go.
Sing a
Bye.
song, John.
Bye. Bye.
Bye
Bye,
now.
Thanks
We'll
the
see
for
ya.
all your
future
hard
and
work.
all founders. Bye.
Bye, Tech. Bye, John
Bye,
Barilla.
John. Wait to
Great
them.
to have
Bye
you.
now. We'll see y'all.
Bye.
On your phone for me, John.
Chat police.
Bye now.
Past your bedtime now, John.
Bye, John.
Bye,
Yes,
John,
John.
the
I'm
Aussie
going
boy.
to bed. I'm going to sleep.
Bye, police.
Hello.
Bye.
Hello. Hello.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
Bye.
Elizabeth.
Thank you, Tech Pros.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you, everybody. Thank
Yep,
you,
thank you,
everybody.
everybody. Everyone here.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Everyone here is a winner.
Thank you, David.
Oh, yes, you are on point.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you,
Collins.
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 Hello.
Bye,
You're,
Brother
Bye.
Colin.
you're
Bye,
Superman.
Colin.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Today was exceptional.
It was.
Best webinar ever.
It's very good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
Please,
you.
please come and support the Old Tech Pro tomorrow.
That's right.
Okay,
Tech
we
Pros
will.
tomorrow.
Right. Right.
Support the Old Tech Pro
Time.
tomorrow
We'll
morning,
do so.
10 a.m. Houston
10
time.
a.m. Oh,
Yeah, and
We
then what's
will.
10
after 10
a.m.
a.m.? Remember what we have in the afternoon? Heroes webinar, 1:30 p.m.
Heroes.
Okay.
Heroes. That's right.
Right.
Heroes.
I
All
think
heroes.
everybody
Yeah.
Okay.
I posted OTech Pros in the back office already, so it's there. But then the Heroes one
Okay.
I'll post a little bit later because it's in the afternoon. So it'll be in the back office.
Okay.
So come and join us. We'll have Red
Okay.
Red update, so it'll be great.
Mama Dream.
We shall all be there. We
Hi.
shall all be there.
Thank you, Lynn.
Love you all.
Righto.
Great webinar.
Bye, Carly. Bye, Yingen.
Rob
444. See you
Davies. That's
soon.
the name I couldn't think
You
of.
need
Thank
some
you,
rest.
Rob Davies. He
Naga.
helped out.
Brother Naga.
Hi, Naga.
Bye.
Thank you
Nigeria.
for being here.
It's 8 p.m.
Yes, I think I
morning.
got
8
everybody
p.m.
now.
UK
Thank
time.
you, everybody that helped me.
Arrivederci.
Thank you,
Cheers, John.
John.
8 a.m. We can't sleep anymore.
You must
Really?
It's
sleep by
8
now,
a.m. We
Colin.
can't sleep anymore.
Stay
Colin.
up. Stay up then.
Don't go to bed.
Good night.
Yeah.
Good day.
I don't think anybody can sleep anymore.
Just stay up until
Tony.
tomorrow night.
Point, brother.
Thank you, Tony.
You don't have
Okay.
to. You don't have to sleep. Unpassive doesn't sleep. So don't
Yes,
worry about
true. Very true.
Well, Lynn has to go and take some rest.
Yeah.
She sure
Yeah,
does.
that's true.
Let her go and sleep. It is
Yeah.
time.
Lynn is an iron lady.
Lynn, go and sleep.
She's
She
Yeah.
needs
very
at
Lynn.
least 2 hours of
Lynn and
sleep.
Rob.
Sounds
Yes,
good.
and Rob.
Good night.
Super
Love
Collins.
you all. Come back
See you
again.
later.
See you soon.
Bye.
Love ya.
Thank you,
Bye.
Bye,
Colin.
Collins.
The Collins.
Thank you. See
Bye,
you.
Bye,
Brother
everyone.
Collins.
Bye,
See you.
Collins.
Dr. Baby. See you,
Bye.
my